Been doing it for a long time.
How'd you get that experience? Did you use both hands at any point?
I did not. I didn't need to use both hands.
Are you a lefty or a righty?
I can go. I'm ambidextrous.
Oh, really?
How about that? I'm ambidextrous.
Nice.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Remember when we thought you were going to have a memorial for your career? But then Sedano and I saved you.
Right. I know. It's hard to
Yeah, you
believe.
didn't think I was going to go there, did you?
And then you
Sedano?
almost tried to kill my career yesterday. So, anyway.
He give it, he take it.
Yeah,
You know?
seriously.
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section. And
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the Love Boat, or do you want me to do the Love Boat?
The art, I don't even know what you're talking
No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit boy.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time. So,
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, just one more thing.
If you love having fresh, wild meat in your mouth.
That is, I'm lubed up with sweat.
Come to my house, and I'll show you all the snakes you want to see.
extended version. Yeah. Bing, ba-dum-bum. Doom, ding, dong, doo, doo, doo, digga, doom, ba-dum, bum, ba-da, ba, digga, doom, ba-dum, digga, doo, digga, doom, ba-dum, digga, doom, ba-dum, ba, ba-da, ba. Yeah. Oh, Georgie boy. Think about it, man. Me and you. No Morales.
Oh, my God. So good.
No Bergman.
Not as good, but still good.
No Lindsay.
I mean, we could use Lindsay.
You got that brother Kasim working the board.
That brother Kasim.
Jorge Briones.
Oh, Tocayo.
Very capable hands.
Yes.
And Carlos Saisu running the operation in the back.
There you
making
go.
sure
Shouts
that we
out.
look pretty, right?
Yeah, right.
But the lack of, energetic stress because our boy Morales is on a little vacay is a wonderful Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? Wednesday morning.
Now, he's going to clip this and put this in an open very soon.
Of course. It'll happen next week when he gets back.
Right.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt.
There you go.
Oh my God! I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm so relaxed right now.
Well, there you go. I'm glad you're relaxed, Kappy.
Yes.
Because you know who's not relaxed?
Yeah, tell me.
Mark Walter.
Oh, I woke up this morning, George.
Mm-hmm.
I had a massive night of sleep. I was in bed. I'm not joking with you. At the East Central Hotel last night at 7:40 p.m. I was in bed at 7:40 p.m. I woke up this morning at 5:40 a.m. You're talking like a legit, solid 9-hour sleep. Slept like a baby. Oh, it was wonderful. Woke up feeling good. Very stress-free. I got problems in my life. I mean, everybody does. But I thought to myself, I don't have Mark Walter's problems. I don't have Jeannie Buss's problems right now.
Wow.
I don't got to deal with any of that kind of nonsense. Mark Walter, talk to me.
So, Mark Walter, it really feels like all of a sudden things are really starting to unravel a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
And John Orand of Puck, who is basically like a media business insider type, and he's really good. And according to John, Mark Walter apparently went to Charter Communications, which owns Spectrum, to see whether the company wanted to exit its local TV deal for the Lakers and Dodgers several years early in exchange for a lump sum payment. But those talks went nowhere.
Good luck. Mark Walter. Hey, Mark, you're talking to a media company. You're asking a media company for a lump sum payment? Brother, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
And the media company could have said to him, well, wait a second. If we can move money from here to there and here to there and here, like you do, or at least like you're accused of being, yeah, we might consider it. But we're a media company. We don't have that kind of cash on hand.
Yeah. Yeah, it has become very, very obvious that the assets that Mark Walter owns is probably going to not going to be under the control of Mark Walter for very soon, it seems like.
And shouldn't you think that we ought to be contemplating, as people did last Wednesday, a week ago from today, when the media ran up to Dodger Stadium to ask, well,
the Dodgers,
if he's selling off the Lakers, then wouldn't the Dodgers be next? And everybody in Dodgerland went into damage control. And no, it's a Laker issue. It's got nothing to do with us. Yeah, that was last week. This week, perhaps we might be looking at something else, because if all of what you're reading is true, and by the way, it's probably not, but some of it maybe is. If what you're reading is true, George, and what you're reading, I'm going to give you something else here to nibble on here in a second. If that's the case, Mark Walter, in all likelihood, I'm going to take a guess here, is going to have to get out of the Dodgers also. That's just a guess.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't see a scenario. And again, I'm not some sort of business expert, right? I'm not on CNBC, right? I'm not Jim Cramer, I'm not any of these guys on Squawk Box. Okay,
I love Squawk Box, one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, but it doesn't take a math major to figure out that he needs cash to pay off this alleged frivolous business dealings that he created for himself. And, there's only one way to do that.
Well, let's because we're going to be, obviously, you and I are going to have a lot of time today to dive in on all of this. Can I just say that if this is where the story, just to advance the story from Mark Walter a week ago to where we are today, the story of the Buss family gets involved in all of this because obviously we all know the story by now that the 5 brothers and sisters, they want to sell. They all say, we're out. Jeannie says, no, you don't have the power to do that. We're hanging on, etc. So the thing about the Buss family in all of this is, and I'll zero in on Jeannie here for a second. Her biggest screw up in all of this, George, was the assumption that Mark Walter has the money, right? Like, so he's a minority owner of the Lakers.
Right.
She knows him. He now says, I'm willing to buy the Lakers from you for $10 billion. She says, okay, that's the number. You hit the number. Let's sell. But me and my family, we keep our percentage, and I get to remain as governor for these 5 years.
They keep about 18%,
right,
which is roughly about 3% per Buss family member.
Right. So Jeannie says, I'll sell you the team for the $10 billion valuation, but me and my family keep I'll round it up to 18%, okay?
Yeah.
We keep our percentage. What Jeannie Buss could never have seen coming, not in a million years, was that a year later, Mark Walter would have all of these federal allegations that he would be facing.
Yeah.
And therefore, Mark Walter would be forced to sell the Lakers again.
Mm-hmm.
And because she could not have seen that from a million miles away, she obviously thought that she could remain in power so long as her, I'm going to put this in quotes, partner is the owner. But these tag-along rights that we've been hearing about since, a couple days here now, she never thought that anybody would ever need to use these tag-along rights because she couldn't see the future that Walter was going to get himself into all kinds of federal heat, and he would have to sell the team, and then everybody could tag along and sell as well and finally get out. Because guess what? Of the 6 Buss kids, only one of them cares about owning the Lakers right now, and that's Jeannie. So her biggest miscalculation was when she was willing to sell. It was thinking that Mark Walter is a guy who's going to own the team for a long time.
Right.
And therefore, she would be in control.
Right.
Because if she could go back a year from now, if she could go backwards, if she could rewind the tape, she probably would say, if I knew then what I know now, I would never have sold the team.
Correct.
Wow.
And here's the thing with Mark Walter, according to reports here.
Tell me more.
He has $1.1 billion coming due in about 6 weeks. because his company, his holding company, tried to buy Clear Channel Outdoor. Clear Channel used to be a big-time multimedia company that was mostly an audio-based company that became iHeartMedia.
Right.
Okay, they kept their billboard
the
business,
right? Yeah,
called, and they kept that with the name Clear Channel. Okay, so he tried to buy that business, and apparently that bill is coming due in 6 weeks for $1.1 billion, but it's not over, according to reports. He also owes $6.5 billion to insurance regulators because of this situation, right? By December 31st. So in 90 days, he owes $7.6 billion.
So you see, the thing is that when you're a billionaire, you think that, well, here, let me time out and back up a second. We look at these guys who buy teams, and we all just think that they've got the money. Like, okay, Bob Iger and Josh Kushner are going to buy the Lakers at a valuation of $12.5 billion. Yeah. Originally, they're going to buy.
By the way, I have more stuff that actually I think fans will be more interested in. But go ahead, finish your point.
My point is this. There's this assumption from the regular guy, the little guy, the person like you and me and the people that are listening today. Oh, well, if this guy's buying the place for $12.5 billion, he must have the money. He's going to write a check. He's going to show up with a suitcase full of cash.
No.
It's not like that.
No.
Yeah, and so when you look at Bob Iger, and anybody can research this stuff, how accurate it is, that's another question. But Bob Iger doesn't have $12.5 billion in his bank account to go write a check.
Neither does Josh Kushner.
Right. So you have to raise money, borrow money, bring in other partners, et cetera, et cetera. You may be the face guy, but you may not necessarily be the bulk of the money behind the
like
deal.
Face on A-Team, if you remember. Face.
Correct. Yeah. The face man. That's right.
Face. He was a handsome fellow, that
he
Face.
Sure is. But this is what I'm saying to you, though, is that if you're Mark Walter, now you're in a cash crunch.
Yeah.
And life was good when you just owned the Dodgers. And life was good when you owned the Dodgers and the Lakers. But then the creditors came calling for you.
Yeah.
And then the feds got to your house and took your computers and took your phones. And you may have known you were doing something nefarious, or maybe you never even thought that it was a problem. I'm just moving money from one place to another. But now, you got big problem, my friend. You got big problem.
Regarding the Dodgers, because this is the thing that I think fans are going to have to be aware of, right? I mean, we all know that the Dodgers have famously deferred money, right? Not the first team to do it, but certainly the first team to do it in these crazy sums, right?
I mean, the $700 million that they're paying Ohtani, he's not seeing very much of that at all.
$680 million deferred. Okay.
And it is my understanding that Major League Baseball says for you to defer that money, you have to prove that you have it liquid. That's my understanding.
That is mine as well.
Okay.
And then Will Smith, $50 million, right? I mean, Ohtani is the big fish here in regards to deferred money. But it's not just him. $50 million to Will Smith, $57 to Freddie Freeman, $65 to Blake Snell, $115 to Mookie Betts. Justin Turner is still owed $6 million next year. Tasker Hernandez, $8.5 million. And Tommy Edman, your guy, Kappy.
Yep, love him.
$25 million for a grand total of over $1 billion. Okay? Just over $1 billion. And basically, now I'll ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Because this is the question that comes, I think, to everybody's mind when you hear those numbers.
Yep.
Did Mark Walter know at that time, hey, the jig was gonna be up here at some point, and he was just kicking the can down the road, and the next owner would just have to deal with that? Or do you actually believe he could, maybe there? And again, we're all recklessly speculating here. Do you believe he thought he could cover these things? I mean, the Ohtani one, there's no way. He's not even going to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it would have been the next owner that would have had to have dealt with that. The other ones, he probably could have ended up covering, except maybe Mookie, because that one goes pretty far out too. Freddie Freeman goes far out, but it's a much smaller number. A lot of these things were going to be pegged to the next owner anyway.
Yeah.
Not him.
Right. But if you're these guys, let me ask you this question. I'm going to answer your question with a question.
So, but wait. But at what point, if you're Major League Baseball, back to your point that they feel like you have to be liquid for this stuff to be deferred.
Yeah.
At what point does Major League Baseball have some culpability here and be like, wait a second, there's a lot of numbers there, and these deals are paid out into the 2040s in some cases.
Yeah.
Like, how much of this is just debt the next guy is going to have to incur?
Well, then if that's the case, then Major League Baseball is to blame for allowing anybody, but in this particular case, Mark Walter, Major League Baseball is to blame for allowing him to do these types of contracts, which, oh, by the way,
is part of the reason they're going to go to a lockout.
And people around the country, and I'm not talking about business experts, I'm talking about baseball fans. Those same people that blame the Dodgers right now, how can they go out and get a Tarek Skubal? How can they go spend $60 million on Kyle Tucker? How is it that they're able to go get an Edwin Diaz? Well, all of a sudden, those same people that complain that the Dodgers are ruining baseball, if what you're getting at becomes true, that the Dodgers leveraged the future but never really had the cash to cover it, then the Dodgers are guilty, and baseball as an entity is guilty, and people will then say, I told you, the Dodgers are what's destroying baseball. The only thing I didn't realize was it was baseball helping the Dodgers destroy baseball.
Right.
Because let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you suppose, forget Ohtani. Ohtani's making hundreds of millions of dollars off the field in endorsements. Why do you suppose a guy like Freddie Freeman, who is not somebody who makes a lot of money on endorsements, you don't see TV commercials with Freddie Freeman, why do you suppose a guy like that would defer $57 million from 2028 to 2040? Why would somebody be inspired or incentivized to do that,
Well,
George?
I mean, no different than Bobby Bonilla, the famous one with the Mets, right? Like you've got money coming in, when you're no longer a player, and it allows you to continue to live a lifestyle that you've been accustomed to.
Precisely. So here's the deal. If I'm Freddie Freeman, and right now I'm just purely making up numbers. If I'm Freddie Freeman and I'm making $20 million playing baseball, but I could be making $40 million playing baseball. Well, what does it matter if I make $40 million now or if I make $20 million now? My life doesn't change. But you know what would be nice is when I'm done playing, for the next 15 years after I'm done playing, essentially, they're going to pay me or in Freddie's case, $57 million over the course of 10 or 12 years, but I'm done playing baseball. So now I've still got this massive income stream coming in because I deferred the money. By the way, by deferring the money, I help the organization. What happens, hypothetical, if the money is non-existent and the owner who promised it can't pay it because maybe he doesn't even own the franchise anymore?
Well, then baseball's on the hook for it.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to be on the hook, right?
No, yeah. Baseball's on the hook for it. They approved the contract.
So it's the situation is getting dirtier, sleazier sounding. The money is becoming bigger, and the story is getting that much more compelling. Because a week ago it was, he's selling the team. We're not exactly sure why. And then day by day, it's like, well, he needs to raise money here. He's got to bring in money here. What you just talked about buying this Clear Channel Outdoor and having this $1.1 billion coming due, there's more. There's partners in that deal. And those partners are part of it. And what if he sticks his partners with that money? I mean, there's just, listen, to your point, don't work at CNBC. Don't do a lot of multi-billion-dollar deals. Don't do a lot of forensic accounting in my daily life.
You should have sold sided to him when you had the chance.
Oh, if I could have, I would have, man. But George, what if I would have deferred the money? And what if he doesn't have the money to pay me?
Right. There's no Major League Baseball to cover you.
I sold it to him for $25 million. I deferred 24 of it. I'll never see the money. Now
you thought you were going to be able to get out from Morales' paw.
Yeah, and now I'm screwed. Oh my God.
Hey, ring that bell. There
Ring
it is. Hey, it's what time is it? 7:20. And you know what you could have done? since the Sedano and Kap morning show started. You could have gone to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you. All right, listen, coming up next, we're going to do Bergie's 3 things.
We are?
Yeah, you and I.
Oh, we are.
We're going to do our actual 3 things.
Okay, let's do it.
It's going to be Sedano and Kap's 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bergie, shove those 3 things right up your you-know-what as you're going to Hawaii.
Right, go enjoy your vacation in Hawaii. We got the 3 things now.
Yeah. All right, so we'll actually talk about the actual Dodger game yesterday, which was a little bit of a roller coaster, I would say. That's Dodgers. Coming. Yeah. And who knows what else will happen and unfold here with the Mark Walter situation while we're on the air
give me
today.
some more juice today.
Yeah. All right, all that coming up. Stick around. 710 ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Morongo's giving away a Mustang GT Fastback. It's sleek and turns heads. We already have so much in common. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Walker Hayes is bringing that country stuff to Morongo on the 22nd.
Number 2.
Morongo's Travel Center gas prices are the lowest around.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback, the 31st.
Morongo, good times.
You're in charge of ordering boxes. Small boxes, big boxes, really big boxes. You're in charge of tape, labels, mailers, bubble wrap, extra bubble wrap. Just for fun. You're in charge of warehouse cleaning and safety supplies. Good thing there's Uline. Thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline makes it easy because you already do enough. Uline. We warehouse for you.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Waba Grill. It's flavorful.
Pick me up and never put me down.
It's quality. It's fresh. It's spicy. Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. A spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed in fiery chili crisp. Get yours now, only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end September 8th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And it is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. You know we love our thrifty ice cream, and we love giving you the scoop. The scoop on everything. On sports, on fun and frivolity. The scoop on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Always presented by our friends at Thrifty Ice Cream. Serving up SoCal's sweetest moments. Since 1940, we keep rolling. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
No.
Number 1 hit in 2015, guys. Count 29 days by The Weeknd. Yeah.
I feel like Kappy when I watched The Weeknd do that Super Bowl halftime show where he was like, walking around and he didn't know where the hell he was going or whatever it was, and the mirrors and the whole deal. I feel like that's just you generally.
Oh, dude, I'm walking around chasing my tail the entire day. I mean, believe me when I tell you. Let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. I'm not going to do it yet. But I have to tell you what happened to me yesterday here in downtown LA as I went out for about a 2.5-hour solo adventure.
Wow. This was after You and I went to UCLA training camp, which we'll talk about next.
Yep. I wait till I tell you what kind of mess I got into yesterday. Do. Yeah. Huh. Do.
All right, what'd you get into? Before we get to the three.
Oh no. This is gonna require some space, man. I'm gonna need to stretch this out with you. Because when I tell you what I did yesterday, you're gonna be like, wait, what? How? Why?
All right, so you want to do it after the three things?
Perhaps.
Okay, let's do that real quick. All right, hit the organ.
There you go.
Hey, first thing. We want to thank our friends at Blue Ice Vodka. Thanks to Blue Ice Vodka, made from the Idaho potatoes and pristine Teton waters, for a smoother, creamier, cleaner cocktail with no added sugar and 64 calories per ounce. Look for Blue Ice wherever you shop for spirits. Blue Ice Vodka, pure as the Tetons. We love those Tetons.
Hey, that's good vodka right there is what that is.
So, number one, Kappy.
Yep.
Kyle Tucker got a hit and a double to boot and scored.
Well, it was an RBI double, right? Yeah. And gave the Dodgers the lead. This is, I believe, the fourth inning.
Mm-hmm.
And then, to your point, he winds up coming home. Teoscar drives him in.
Did you see the look of relief when he came into the dugout?
Oh, well, hold on. Let's start with this. Did you see Kyle Tucker's first at bat in the game?
Yeah, it wasn't great. Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah.
He swung at 3 pitches. Not one of them was in the strike zone.
Yeah.
So you could tell. We've been talking about a lack of confidence, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could feel that he went up to the plate and his game plan was, I'm swinging at everything. Doesn't matter where it is. I'm just hoping that my eyes are closed. I'm hoping I make contact. He had 2 strikeouts in the game. His first at bat was, honestly, it was just pathetic. And I don't mean to knock him because I'm really happy for him. But that first at bat said, I have no idea what I'm doing up here.
Right.
The second at bat, the one that we're talking about where he got the double, that ball was so far inside, I give him a ton of credit. I don't know how he actually hit the ball down the first base line. And honestly, if I were a Colorado Rockies fan, I'd be looking at their first baseman going, bro, you got to knock that ball down. But that's not what happened. It was a legitimate double. He's standing on second base. He does the whole dance, right? He does his thing.
Yeah.
And did you see the dugout, George? Dave Roberts is standing on the top of the dugout, fist up in the air, because Dave Roberts, George, has this thought like, hey, Eric Karros, I hear what you're saying. I get it. A full reset, send him to Arizona, get him out of here. I get what you're saying, Eric Karros. But this is my team. You may be a Dodger legend, but I'm the manager. And the one thing we know about Dave Roberts is when guys struggle, he doesn't humiliate them. He doesn't send them away. He helps them work through it. He gives them that love, that hug. Yeah. He tells them, I believe in you. And guys, you're going back out there. So you can be upset because you're 0 for your last 26, Kyle Tucker. But guess what? You're making $60 million. I expect you to do your job. I'm throwing you back out. And to me, that's great managing.
I would agree wholeheartedly. Listen, I don't disagree with what Karros said. I think we both agreed it is a real possibility and something they should consider. And if they did it, I don't think anybody would bat an eye, to be honest with you. And to his point, they'd done it with multiple players, including Cody Bellinger at one point. So who was, considered to be a cornerstone of the franchise. So I don't think it was some outrageous comment by Eric Karros. We were pretty much in agreement with him. But Dave, to your point, is going to take a little bit of a different approach because that's just who he is. And he's going to exhaust every single option. And by the way, Dave feels in his mind there are more options that he's willing to put up with and deal with and manage, literally and figuratively, with this young man. And he's going to exhaust those.
I thought it was a great piece of management. Again, I thought Eric Karros' point was a good point. I thought it came from a place of loving the Dodger franchise, wanting what's best for the team, wanting what's best for the kid. Remember, Eric Karros has a son who plays Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
By the way, Eric Karros' kid is somebody who's probably probably around the same age or so of this young man, Tucker, and he doesn't want to see this kid fall flat on his face. He would love to see this kid succeed. I'm sure everybody would. Yeah. But Karros was coming from a place of love, loving the Dodgers, loving the kid, etc., wanting to see the kid get it back together, thinking about what it must be like for the young man. Because I don't know if you saw, but the night before, people were talking about how when he tried to give his glove to Ohtani when he was coming up the steps and Ohtani kind of giggled at him. Yeah. But even previous to that, when he had that terrible play where he didn't catch the ball down the left field line or the right field line, people thought he was crying in the dugout because you could see him wiping his right eye, even though the camera shot was from his left. I don't know if he was really crying or not, but people are starting to feel really bad for him. So Dave Roberts giving him that, putting his arm around him and saying, we're sending you back out there. Everybody on this team has a job to do. Everybody gets paid to do their job.
And that includes him. There's no doubt.
You're getting paid. $60 million. Get out
Hit
there.
the organ. Shohei Ohtani, Kappy.
Shohei Ohtani.
He had a 2-run shot. Now has 30 homers for the 6th straight season. I know that we gush about him regularly, as we should. But it really is, there are some moments where I feel like we take him for granted in what he's capable of doing. And I feel like when you hit these kind of milestones, it's nice to kind of just say, oh, yeah, let's just kind of remember how awesome this guy is.
Well, I mean, look, I said this to Bergie a couple weeks ago. You were on vacation at the time. He said, let's make outlandish predictions on what might happen. And I think I told him that Shohei will still get to 50 home runs. Now, that's a little overly ambitious.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
But still, I mean, you go to Colorado, and you're a team that seems to be struggling at the plate, and this is what happens. You start putting up crooked numbers. That's baseball talk, people. And look, they scored 7 runs last night, so it wasn't like they had some, Milwaukee Brewers, 22 runs or whatever they scored yesterday. But Shohei is the offense. I mean, Shohei is the bomber out there.
Okay, I do want to get to the Brewers thing because I feel like they heard what you've been saying about them, and they wanted to shove it up your a moment ago. But we'll get to that in a second. Hit me the organ one more time. And then the third thing, so it's kind of a tandem bullpen situation. Bullpen, still not great. I thought Eric Lauer pitched well. Tanner Scott did get the save, although it was a bit of a roller coaster to get there. And Edwin Diaz has been put on the injured list.
Right.
So Tanner Scott, who has been fantastic for them, it is Coors Field. I'm not going to overreact to it. But, again, a shaky situation in the bullpen is still not solidified, let's call it.
Yeah, listen, I mean, Tanner Scott has to get back out there as your closer, and he's got, I believe it's now 17 saves on
Correct.
the season.
Yeah.
And, you're changing guys' roles in season because of injuries. And that happens, right? I mean, everybody in every sport, next man up. Okay, look, we got somebody else who can close. But Edwin Diaz going on the injured list and Dave saying yesterday he's got a sore neck. Okay, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I don't really believe it. I just believe that he's pitched so poorly since he's come back from surgery. And you've said the entire time you're going to give him a break because maybe his arm's not right. And I said, I think his arm is right, but I think his head is wrong. So regardless of who's right or wrong in our both of our hypotheses here, you got to give Edwin Diaz time to either get his head together, get his arm together, get both together, because ultimately, as nice as Tanner Scott has been this year, we've seen him last year in the postseason, you want to get Diaz back. And you want to get him back in enough time to throw him out there several times in advance of the postseason. So I think it's a smart move.
All right, those are the
by the way, because if he can't get it back together, George, you're going to need Tanner Scott to be at his best.
Oh, no question. And he has been very good for them this year. There's no doubt about that. All right, that is Bergie's 3 things for the Dodgers, thanks to our friends at Blue Ice Vodka. The Blue Ice Vodka folks, they make Idaho potatoes into pristine vodka, also including the great water from the Teton Mountains.
How about that?
So make sure you get Blue Ice Vodka wherever you shop for your spirits.
We're learning a lot. I didn't even know about the Teton Mountain Range. I had no idea. Didn't even know it existed.
Yeah. So real quick.
Tell me.
Okay. Couple things.
Okay, go ahead.
You had said basically that the Milwaukee Bucks were a bunch of Punch and Judy hitters.
No, I said the Milwaukee Brewers were a bunch of punch and
Milwaukee
Judy
Brewers,
hitters.
excuse me.
No,
You're
the
right.
Milwaukee Bucks don't actually hit.
Well, they actually will be worse than that this year. But the Milwaukee Brewers, rather, were a bunch of Punch and Judy hitters. I actually like using that phrase. It's very like 70s and 80s.
Listen, you use Punch and Judy. I use crooked number. We're baseball guys.
Yeah. They matched baseball's modern era record yesterday for the biggest shutout in MLB history. They beat the Seattle Mariners 22-0. Okay,
that means
22-0.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, that's miserable if you're, I'm sure you've been in this situation where you're coaching like a little league team, you're getting your ass kicked, right? And you're just like, oh man, this take forever. Can you imagine that happening in a major league game?
Oh, dude, I was on the receiving end of plenty of beatdowns in college football games where in the third quarter we're like, let's fire up the plane and let's get out of here. As a matter of fact, can you guys keep the clock running? We're getting our asses handed to us so badly here.
Yeah. So they matched also their franchise record for runs in a game. Since 1901, the only previous 22-0 victories were the Pittsburgh Pirates over the Chicago Cubs in 1975 and Cleveland and New York, the Yankees, in 2004. Mm-hmm. So it has not happened very many times that a team won 22-0. And I'm trying to tell you, while I still think the Dodgers can beat them in the playoffs, this is not the team they swept last year by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
They have better pitching, and they are a better hitting team than I think you're giving them credit for.
Well, when you say I'm giving them credit, just know one thing. I've only seen the Milwaukee Brewers play in a few games this year against the Dodgers. Otherwise, I'm not really following the Milwaukee Brewers, but what I do know is...
they're the best team in baseball, basically.
Well, are you watching a lot of their games? Because I'm not.
I was literally live for one of them. How about that? I have watched a number of their games.
And you were at one of their games this year. How about that?
Yeah.
I have not been to a Milwaukee Brewers game. I don't watch a lot of Milwaukee Brewers games, but the stats tell you that they're not a monster home run hitting type club, that they are more of a move runners around the bases kind of a club. And I actually wanted to make this point over the weekend when Milwaukee had beaten the Dodgers 3-1. But the truth of the matter was, even the Dodgers losing 3-1 out-homered, not that it matters, but out-homered the Brewers 5-2. So they're just, listen, yesterday that's an offensive explosion against a team that just didn't have anything for them. But I do agree with you, by the way. The Brewers pose a very, very serious threat. Now, I look at it and I go, they beat the Dodgers 3 out of 4 here, but Bergie had brought up the point that last year I think the Brewers maybe beat the Dodgers 6-0 in regular season series. So as much as they're winning in the regular season, the Dodgers have taken care of business in the postseason. But I do think they pose a real threat. I'm not knocking the Brewers and saying that they don't. Anyway, 5-2.
They're for real, is what I'm saying. And they have one pitcher that is unbelievable.
Yep.
Like, he's the best in baseball.
He sure is.
And then they've got a young kid who looks like Parker Bell, who's fantastic as well.
No, hey, listen, that's a crazy game last night, 22-0. I always love it. You guys all hate it, but I love it when position players pitch because games are out of control one way or the other. And I love to see position players pitch. I love how sometimes a position player will throw a ball that looks like they're underhanding a softball. That's how high up in the air it is, and that's how long the hitter is waiting for it. And that's what happened last night. Brewers, 22 runs on 22 hits. The Mariners, 0 runs, 5 hits, and 4 errors in the game.
Yeah. I'm just saying, just keep an eye on the Brew Crew is what I would say.
I think that's fair.
All right, so listen, Kappy, coming up next, I want to get into our day yesterday. You and I went to UCLA. We met with Bob Chesney. We watched them practice. We have thoughts. And then apparently you went on some 2-hour adventure afterwards. So we'll get into all that, the UCLA experience and your shenanigans in just a moment.
Yep.
But first, why don't you tell us about when you got traveler's diarrhea, what you're going to do with the wellness company?
You really love that illness. But
well, I heard you talk about it in the commercial I was listening to the other day, in the recorded spot. So
if you find yourself with, green stuff hacking out of your mouth because it's gross and you're like, oh, my God, that means I have some sort of an infection inside of my body. Or maybe you've got a UTI, you've got a stomach bug, you've got a sinus or an ear infection, or George's favorite, you've got traveler's diarrhea. I was in George's car yesterday wearing a pair of white shorts, and I said, you know what? This could be the time I might have that. Thankfully, I didn't. But if I did.
Thankfully, for my car, you didn't.
Right,
yeah.
and those nice white shorts I was wearing. But if you did have any of those kinds of things, again, it could be a sinus infection. It could be a stomach bug. What are you going to do? You're going to go to urgent care late at night? Then all of a sudden it's closed. You're going to go to the emergency room? Oh, my God, it's completely slammed. You're going to call a telehealth medicine professional? Maybe. And then your pharmacy is closed. Listen, these are all real issues. That's why you need a medical emergency kit. This is not a first aid kit. First aid kit has Band-Aids, Neosporin, stuff like that. This is a medical emergency kit so that when you get that sinus infection, rather than having to go to the doctor and stand in line at the pharmacy or go to urgent care or pay copays, forget about all of that. You already have the medication that you need. And then you match the symptoms that you have to the medications that are in your medical emergency kit, and you're on your road to recovery. You're using a doctor-developed guidebook, which means that if you're not sure, hey, this is what I think I have, this is what I'm going into the guidebook and I'm going to ask it and it's going to match my symptoms to the right medication. But if you're not confident, there is a telehealth professional standing by ready for you. So when you're sick or you're traveling or you're stranded, you're going to wish that you had the medical emergency kit. Don't wish. Get it today and take it everywhere you go. Here's what you do. You go to urgentcarekit.com/710. That's urgentcarekit.com/710. Our promo code is 710. And when you use it, you save $45. It's a genius idea to have the medications in advance of getting sick. I'm telling you, every house should have one. urgentcarekit.com/710. 710 is the promo code. Save $45 with the medical emergency kit. There you go.
All right, there you go. So if you got that traveler's diarrhea, go get that wellness kit, like, Kappy's talking about.
Even if it's not travelers, even if it's just like you're home and you have like this diarrhea, it doesn't have to be travelers.
Right, that's true. Although traveler's much worse, too.
Oh, yeah. Terrible.
All right. Hey, the 13th annual SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic, presented by VistaPaint, is back next Friday, August 28th. Tune in for the all-day live broadcast at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. Proceeds benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research, brought to you by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. All right, coming up next, Kappy and I went to UCLA, and then shenanigans ensued. We'll get to that in a moment.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
The Circa Million Pro Football Challenge is back. The greatest football contest in the world, coming straight at you from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs, with a cool mill and the coveted blue jacket going to the winner. And hey, if you suck, no prob. Come in last and $100,000 is coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 10 entries per person. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com. Circa Las Vegas, the time of your life.
Summer is sizzling and the August deals are at Northridge or Wonders Toyota. It's Bethel Durant, and I love my Camry Hybrid. And right now, you can lease a 2026 Camry SE Hybrid CVT for $359 a month or 36 months plus tax. $359 for a new Camry Hybrid? Come on now. It's got to be Northridge and Wonders Toyota.
Lease based on 2026 Camry model 2561 with total SRP of $33,808. Lease in purchase amount of $21,964. $29.99 due at signing. Includes first month's payment and $750 acquisition fee. Security deposit may be required. On approved credit, tax, title, license are extra. Excludes dealer doc fee of $80. Offer ends 8/31/2026.
Hey, it's Mason. For the ultimate immersive sports experience, get into Cosm. Take MLB to a new level. Experience the game like never before. The Cosm Dome, a massive 87-foot wraparound high-resolution display with reserved booth-style seating. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall sports, and check out classic films like Harry Potter, Willy Wonka, and The Matrix in the Dome. And for summer nights, the Cosm Deck is the perfect place to grab your favorite cocktail. For more information, go to Cosm.com, and I'll see you at Cosm.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs, and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he could be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
Now, you should put in a request to ESPN like, hey, I'm a tropical brother, okay?
Sedano and Kap have taken over Morning Drive.
And sunshine only. Yo soy Miami, okay?
Back to the guys.
Little sabor. Oh, it's nice. Number one hit back in 2017, Despacito.
And it felt like it was a number one hit for like 2017 through like 2019.
Yeah. They could bring it back now. It'd be another number one hit in 2026. It's that good. Great song.
It really was.
Yeah. Hey, Georgie.
We were feeling us brown people back then. Yeah.
Oh, well. I'm going to talk to you about a story here coming up in a minute that's about me, the white guy. Just want to remind you, though, George, coming up at the top of the hour, our man Dr. Klappa is going to stop by. So while you and I have been going back and forth about Edwin Diaz, I'll be curious to hear what Dr. Klappa has to say about that.
Yeah. And I'd love to get his thoughts on just kind of the mental stuff that Kyle Tucker's dealing with.
Yeah. And I think also Doc put out a picture yesterday on Twitter where he's sitting courtside at a Laker game talking to Jack Nicholson. And his caption on his photo was like, Jack, it's a mess. What can I tell you? You know, that kind of a thing. So I'm sure Doc will have an opinion on what's going on around the Lakers.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll talk to Dr. Klapper in a second. Hey, it's match day at BMO Stadium. The Black and Gold take on the Colorado Rapids. Tune in for pregame coverage starting at 6 p.m., leading you right up to kickoff at 6:30. Hear all the action on ESPN LA 710 or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app, home of LAFC.
Well, I listened to Mario Ruiz last night talking about what happened between LAFC and SDFC, and I love the way he started the show. Hey, everybody, it's Mario Ruiz. What's goody, what's goody? And I love that phrase.
Yeah. So, Kappy, you and I yesterday, you, me, and Berg, okay, headed to Westwood, okay? And we get to Westwood, and it was tough to park. I got to be honest with you. Let's start with that part of the equation.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we had to park across the street and walk like a few minutes because the lot we were told to park in was under like construction. Yeah. And, we kind of parked probably in a place we shouldn't have parked, right? Is that fair to say?
It is, but you see, you don't have what I have. I have in my car my orange media placard that I really, it's a counterfeit, if you will,
right,
from like 2002.
Right, but this thing said we needed like a blue placard, and I'm like, you didn't have a blue placard anyway.
No, but again, mine that says news media usually works, even though it's completely made up. And it says like my registration
Bogus.
number. My registration number is 007, and it's signed by the mayor from 2002. Which is again kind of a phony signature.
So. James Bond over here,
right?
So anyway, we do get there. We finally get there. We get in there. Yeah. Practice is already going. We probably get there. Practice start at 9:30. We probably get inside the facility about like 10:15. Because the other part was we didn't know where the hell we were going. Or how to get into the practice facility because it's like fenced off, right, and like gated off. Eventually, we meet the great gentleman Seth, who is the SID there, and he kind of gives us a little tour of the place, and then we go out to practice. Right,
that Wasserman Football Center. Look, I realize it's not brand new like what USC just built, but it's really, really nice. And
it is nice.
You go, George. You get to visit a lot of these college football programs. I don't know how you would rank it in comparison, but
yeah, it's nice.
I thought it was real.
It's one of the nicer ones.
I think UCLA did a great job. It's the first time I've been in that football facility, and just the way they show off the history of UCLA football, it's very impressive.
Yeah, and it's funny. I text Bob Myers. I sent him a little picture when we were inside the building. I said, I like what you've done with the place.
Yeah, you give him the credit for it. Huh?
Bob is like the head of the board, basically.
Well, I texted Casey Wasserman to tell him the same thing. I think the place is great.
Okay.
I've won up.
So we go over there, and then we start watching practice, and you were in your element, man. You walked right up to the specialists, right up to the kickers, because you knew these kids, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the kickers from UCLA are all like San Diego kids. I think they went to Del Norte High School, but they've all been trained by a guy named Nick Novak. And Nick Novak
was an NFL kicker.
He had a great career in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I got to cover a lot of it. And then Nick became a mentor and a coach to my son, as well as John Carney, who was another great NFL kicker.
Yeah.
But there's George, kickers are a community. You know, so even though, like, I was joking with these boys yesterday, like, you know, I'm old enough to be their father. That's how long ago I was kicking. Kickers are a fraternity.
Yeah.
Specialists, kickers, long snappers, punters. We're all good with each other no matter how old or how young we are. So, yes, I immediately go to the kickers. That's right.
All right, sounds good. Now, we're watching practice, right? So we're watching things. I feel like Berg was like a pig in you-know-what. You know, because he loves UCLA. And kid never been to a practice before. How long has he worked in the media? I'm like, you've never been to a practice for the team you like?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you live here. You
Right.
work in the media. How is that possible?
He actually put out a message yesterday on Instagram. He was like, I'm in my happy place. I'm like, wait, UCLA football practice is your happy place, and this is the first time you've ever been there?
Right.
Miserable.
Yeah. So anyway, he made a big mistake. You and I, shorts.
Mhm.
Him, jeans. Bad idea.
Nope.
In the heat.
When you
Terrible idea
When
by
you
him.
wear jeans to a football practice, you stick out like a sore thumb, and people are like, who's he and why is he here? Versus if you wear shorts and T-shirts, everybody's like, oh, he's like, you know, like a coach visiting from another school kind of thing.
Yeah. So first we were greeted by the chief of staff for Bob Chesney, a gentleman named Matt. And, Matt and I and you and Berg were talking, and we were chopping it up, talking football.
Yeah, his name is Matt Transu.
Transu.
Yeah, Matt Transu.
Came with Chesney from JMU.
Yeah, nice kid.
Yeah. And, we were talking shop with him for a little bit. Then we got to watch practice. And what did you make of what you saw from practice? Without giving, like, specifics on plays, but just your overall thoughts on what you saw.
It's hard to tell how a team will perform by watching them in practice when you don't have something to compare it to.
Correct.
Right? So I haven't been to the USC practices. I haven't been to a Stanford practice or a San Diego State practice. I haven't been to any other college practices to know how this team looks in comparison to those teams. But here's what I will tell you. I thought it was a very crisp operation. You know,
yes,
I
love the tempo at the practice. I've seen a lot of practices. I'm sure you have as well. The tempo of the practice, there was no wasted motions, no wasted moments while at that practice.
And I could hear the kids, the players, picking up the other players by saying this, no walking on the field. So that means that an older player, in all likelihood, was probably saying to a younger player within earshot of where I was, let's go, man, pick it up. Like, and to me, what that's telling me, George, is that your coach and the staff are kind of setting the tone for their program, which is we don't walk on the field. When you're on the field, pick it up. You know what I mean? Get a faster pace going so that everything you do is faster. And that's a message that comes from the coach. So I was impressed by what I had heard when one of the players said to another player, let's go, no walking on the field. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, and what we saw from the offense, we saw ones versus ones. I would say looked. They did like a 2-minute drill. Looked impressive. I thought it looked crisp, is what I would say, to use your word.
I would say it looked, from my perspective, it looked good. There were some drops along the way. That happens.
Sure, but I thought
Kids drop
Nico
balls.
made some good throws.
Oh no, Nico looked pretty solid to me. He's a very fluid athlete. You know, he moves well. He throws on the run well. I can see his leadership because when things didn't go as he expected, he's talking to his wide receivers. So I like what I saw. I just don't know what it's gonna mean when they face the other teams.
And then then they had like their kind of like mid practice break. Coach Chesney came over. We chatted him up a little bit for a few minutes.
You think he was surprised that we were there? Like, because we said, like, when he came over, I think the first thing I said to him is,
you said, hey, see, no BS.
Yeah, I said, we
BS. Came. And then he said, well, you did say you were going to come in the summer. He goes, like, I guess this is still the summer.
What do you mean? Of course it's still the summer. It's 100
August.
degrees outside.
That's what I said.
Yeah. So,
he was giving us crap.
Yeah, but I said to him straight up, man, I said, hey, we don't BS around here. We told you we'd come to practice. We're here at practice. I didn't realize Coach Chesney, he's kind of like Sean McVay.
Yeah.
He's a little shorter. He's probably around like 5'9"-ish, but he's stocky, thick.
Oh, yeah.
Well built.
They're built right. And those two apparently have been chit-chatting a lot.
Well, if I were Bob Chesney, I'd try and get every ounce of wisdom that I can get from McVay. And knowing McVay, he would probably say, well, now you tell me how you do things. Because maybe I can pick something up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, anyway, overall, great experience. Saw Martin Jarman. I introduced you to Martin. You had never met him in person.
Never met Martin in person, and I congratulated Martin Jarman yesterday because the fact of the matter is that Martin has been at the forefront of having to lead this football program and lead the athletic department, but let's focus on football.
I mean, the athletic department outside of the football program had been pretty good.
Oh, the Olympic sports have been outstanding.
Yeah, they've had some good runs in basketball. They just won the women's national championship.
Don't forget, they had a baseball team that was number 1 in the country. They got upset, but they were still had a great year.
And they were in a championship game, not too long ago in men's basketball.
But I did congratulate Martin Jarmond on this because there were people that, if you'll remember, when there were the coaching transitions, and moving on from a coach who quits on you to we're desperate. We don't have anybody. We can't find anybody. It's too late. To bringing in a guy who was a former player and a former position coach, and in the entire staff, none of it worked. So I'm sure it cost UCLA plenty of money to get rid of that coaching staff, and then it's cost UCLA a lot of money to bring in a new coaching staff. Martin Jarmond, to his credit, has really shepherded this football program through this transition of now 3 coaches in a very condensed period of time. So I congratulated Martin on that because a lot of people were calling for his head. So he's done a great job.
Yes, agreed. So anyway, overall good experience. Now, we don't have a ton of time. You said you need some room for this.
I'm going to need
what
a little
happened
space.
afterwards?
Yeah, I'm going to need a little space with you.
Can you give me a little tease here before we go to we step aside for Dr. Klein?
Let me say this. And I have this philosophy. I'll pass it on. And those of you that can use it, feel free. For those of you that can't, try. When you act like you belong, when you act like I'm supposed to be here, no one's really ever going to question you. That's how I kind of sneak in and out of stuff, and I just sort of float through life.
I feel like this is something that is going to be an all-timer, I feel like. Now, should we include Dr. Clapper in this conversation?
I think you're going to want to poke and question and prod.
So you want us to do it after Dr. Clapper?
Yeah, I think you're going to want to kind of dig into me on this.
Okay, fair enough.
And it may inspire
So you don't
bit.
You don't want to include the clap.
No, I think with Dr. Clapper, we got enough stuff that we got to talk about that people are really interested in.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. All right, Dr. Clapper on Edwin Diaz's injury. We'll talk to him about a number of different injuries as well. And I want to get his thoughts just kind of on the mental aspect with Kyle Tucker. Lots to come here. Sedano Kap, 710, ESPN, sucker.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Guys, Pizza Hut takes me back old school. Birthday parties, Little League, Friday nights. There was always something special about the Hut. Now, celebrate again with Pizza Hut's new throwback value menu. Iconic favorites like a personal pan pizza, breadsticks, and a 2-liter soda starting at just $4. Feed the family with the original stuffed crust pizza, $11.99 for a 1-topping medium. Try new additions like triple cheese, mac, and gooey s'mores sticks. Go to pizzahut.com or order now on the Pizza Hut app.
You want to talk about a winning locker room? Rotolo Chevrolet is stacked.
That's the goal, Travis. Build a team that shows up every day ready to win for the customer.
And you trust them to do it.
100%. When your people know you've got their back, they take care of everything else.
That's why people like me keep coming back. It's not just buying a car, it's an experience.
Exactly. Great people, great culture, and we make every customer drive away happy. Come see us in Fontana off the 210 freeway at Sierra or online at rotolochevy.com.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience, right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on, and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
On September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive deals, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The DraftKings Sports app now available in all 50 states. That means California from Texas to Florida. One app, every sport, all 50 states. Remember the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season and the biggest day in sports history. New DraftKings customers sign up with code LA710, spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That's code LA710 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions do apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable predictions dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends August 23rd. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV. But if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite play his acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com. The home of the Lakers, and now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Angelica's Insurance 8 a.m. hour of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
Good morning, guys. This is Angelica, and this is the 8 a.m. hour of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA, presented by Angelica's Insurance. Every team needs a strong defense, and we got you covered at Angelica's Insurance. From auto and home to business and life, we have a plan just for you, even DUI and SR22 coverage to get you back on the road fast. Visit us at angelicas-ins.com for a free quote today. And now, the 8 a.m. hour of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show, powered by Angelica's Insurance. And Sedano, please pump the brakes, sucker.
The Angelica's Insurance 8 a.m. hour.
Oh. Love this song.
Okay.
2019, number 1 hit. Billie Eilish. Bad guy. Yeah. You know this song, my daughter knows this song because of that movie Sing. You know that animated movie?
Yeah.
Sing?
Sing.
Think?
No, Sing.
Sing.
Sing.
Sing.
No, Sing with an S.
Hey, careful, Kappy.
Wait,
you almost said a really bad word in Spanish.
What are you talking about? S-I-N-G?
No.
No, but the way you ended it, yes.
Oh.
Just
Well,
be
I'm
very
making-
careful.
I'm making sure because, you know what I mean? I thought you were saying sink.
Yeah.
Ten cuidado.
Sing.
S-Y-N-C-H.
Quick shout out to my birthday, to my daughter. She turns 8 today.
Hey!
Happy birthday, baby. I love you.
Happy birthday, young lady.
8 years old, man.
You have an 8-year-old daughter.
Yes, I do.
How about that?
Hey, I'll ask you guys a question from her math homework yesterday.
Yeah.
See if you guys can help me out solve it. Because
Well, math homework for kids these days makes no sense.
Well, it doesn't make sense to us because we
Yeah.
learn math a completely different way.
like, they got math mountains and what I'm like, what the hell is a math mountain? But anyway,
Mountain.
Dr. Clapper's Dr. Clapper's.
All right, you'll hit us with this question later. I'd be curious to hear if I can help.
No, listen, I got questions for Clapper.
Yeah.
My 7-year-old just farts all the time on command these days. Like, literally, the kid just wants to fart all the time. What can I do about this kid's flatulence, Dr. Clapper? He thinks it's funny.
Light a match. He'll get the message.
What's that?
Light a match. He'll get the message.
Light a match. Oh, it's great. Light a match.
I mean, this kid, I just went over to say hi to him, and I'm like, I just kind of like, bodied him a little bit, and he's like, he threw up his leg and he farted in my face. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you?
No, that's not something's not wrong with him. That's what dads and sons do. You fart in each other's face. That's absolutely right. That's a good kid. Did you teach him that?
Now I'm going to fart in his face.
Yeah, you should. Hold him down. That's right.
Methane gas. It's flammable.
But George, wait a second. This is a skill. This is a talent that maybe needs to be cultivated. He can do it on command.
Yeah, he just kid can fart whenever he wants.
Like,
and then and then when we call him out on it, when we laugh or call him out on it, he's like, "What? People fart."
Oh wow. Can you gentlemen, because I haven't done this since I'm like a little kid, but can you burp on command?
No.
Yes.
Okay, George just was able to immediately burp on command. All right, let me hear you, Jorge. Okay, pretty good. Kasim,
I can't do it, no.
I'm going to try. Hold on.
You sound like you're throwing up.
Oh, my God, I do. I may have. I may have just thrown up in my mouth a little bit. Dr. Clapper, can you burp on command?
This show doesn't need an orthopedic surgeon. It needs a psychiatrist.
Well, actually, you know what? You got me where I wanted to start with you real quick. And I know it's not your expertise, but Kappy and I have talked about kind of the mental block that probably someone like Kyle Tucker's dealing with. I know we want to get to Edwin Diaz with you, but, I mean, you know, look, I'm not a psychologist by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like we've seen this in baseball, period, right? Like, go back to Steve Sachs, Chuck Knobloch, Rick Ankiel. This was a kid who was, the number one pitcher in baseball coming out of the draft, had a good start to his career, then couldn't find the strike zone. Chuck Knobloch and Sachs couldn't throw the ball in the infield. Like, we've seen stuff like this before. You know, you've been around a long time, Doc. You've seen a lot of things. Like, I know you're not a psychologist, but there has to be a mental situation going on here.
Yogi Berra, the great Yankee, went through a terrible hitting slump, and he was amazing. They sent him to a psychiatrist, figuring it must be mental. So he sat with the psychiatrist, and then he came back. His very first time at bat, 1, 2, 3 strikes, and as he's walking to the dugout, Yogi Berra says, you can't think and hit at the same time. Mm-hmm. And Wilt Chamberlain also, they sent him to a psychiatrist for his free throws. And he's famously quoted as saying, at the end of the sessions, he still couldn't shoot a free throw, but the psychiatrist was very good at it.
Well, but I think that going back to the Yogi Berra line, which is a very funny line, it's actually true, right? Like, when you play golf and you get in your own head and you can't hit a shot, at some point you got to say to yourself, just be an athlete. Just go up there and swing away and stop thinking. You know, and I think that for Kyle Tucker, what's been happening to him is he's up there scared because you're 0 for your last 15. Then it's you're 0 for your last 20. Then it's 0 for your last 26. And you're just swinging at garbage. His first at bat last night, Doc, he swung at the first 3 pitches. Not one of them was close to the strike zone. And his head is down. He walks into the dugout. People have seen him 2 nights ago. He's in the dugout. People think he's wiping a tear away from his eye because he's so humiliated. But at some point, you just got to go up there and stop thinking and just do what you've been doing your whole life.
Are you both familiar with Tony Robbins? You know this guy?
Love Tony Robbins. Big fan.
Yep.
So when he was interviewed many, many years ago, he said his secret sauce is when he goes to give a talk, the one thing he wants to make the audience feel is me too. That's me too. He says as soon as he starts thinking about himself, the show is over. He has to always deflect to the audience. And I think that's what the baseball hitter has to do. They just need to stop thinking about themselves and just go out there and hit and make it subconscious, unconscious, not conscious.
Yeah, but in the case of Tucker, Doc, one thing, though, is that it's not just about taking bad swings or being 0 for 26 till you finally get one down the right field line and you drive in a run and you can do your dance at second base and the team is up on the top of the dugout and they're cheering you on. Come on, bro, you just broke out of it. In his case, the mental part of it is 2 days ago where he's running to catch what is a completely routine fly ball. And as the ball is coming down, rather than putting his glove up and catching it at the highest spot, he's bending down, waiting for the ball to get closer to the ground because he just has lost his confidence in that moment. And I would think, Doc, you're talking about the Yogi Berra days. Today, there are so much more abilities for teams to help with the mental side of the game, not just the physical side of the game, that I think that they can reach him. It's just, can he turn it all around in time for the postseason? That's really the big question everybody has.
Steph Curry, and George could speak to this because he knows basketball better than anybody. Steph Curry recognizes the difference between conscious thought in sports and reflex, which is the cerebellum, which is unconscious. So he trains in the gym with all the lights out and just a strobe light that blinks at a nanosecond, just giving him enough light to see the basket, and he's training himself to be reflexive and not conscious. That, to me, is the ultimate way an elite athlete should train.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm with you wholeheartedly. Yeah, I mean, listen, I've seen Steph do some wild stuff. You know who was also a guy who I really enjoyed, Doc, and I want to get to Edwin Diaz here in a second, but and it was another great shooter, by the way, Ray Allen. They used to say, similar to Kobe, right? They used to say, there's the early bus, and then there was the Ray Allen bus. And Ray would be there, as most, like the early guys would get to the arena 3-4 hours before the game. Ray was there like 6 hours before the game.
Wow.
Wow. And that was, by the way, a very regular occurrence. Pretty much every game. So yeah, to your point, some guys, they just know how to do it. Like Ray Allen, I'll give you this one quick story. You may remember he hit one of the most famous shots in NBA Finals history against the San Antonio Spurs. And, he never, if you watch that shot, Chris Bosh gets the rebound. LeBron misses the shot. Chris Bosh gets the rebound. He immediately kicks it to the corner. Ray Allen is shuffling backwards and never looks down. Knows where the three-point line is, never looks down, okay? And then gets the shot up, fires, hits it over Tony Parker, ties the game, they go to overtime. So the story goes, and, I remember LeBron and Dwayne Wade talking about this at the time, and Chris Bosh, that Ray used to do this drill for that particular situation. What he would do is he would actually lay on his back and then pop up and then, shuffle backwards beyond the three-point line and all the different locations on the floor. Like he'd start at the free throw line and then pop his way back to the corner or pop his way to the wing or pop his way to the top of the key. So that way he mentally knew where the three-point line was while never having to look down. And then, of course, hitting the shot being the most important part.
Well, that's
Michael Jordan has, the fans can watch this on YouTube. It's called Basketball Lessons. It's about 30 minutes. At 12 minutes in, he talks about free throws, and you'll watch him because he says, many of you have heard that I like to shoot my free throws, practice them with my eyes closed. It's true. And you watch him do it with his eyes closed, making the basket. It's incredible because he's dealing with the cerebellum, not the cerebrum.
Yeah. Well, that kind of leads us right into something that we've had a conversation about several times, Dr. Clapper, and that is that when you're physically not right, how that can get into your head. And George and I have been going back and forth here for a couple of days on Edwin Diaz. So George says, well, let's give the guy a break, right? I mean, he had this loose body surgery. I'm a little bit less compassionate, if you will, because I've seen Blake Snell have a similar surgery and come back and have 10 strikeouts. I'm seeing Tarek Skubal, who hasn't been great yet, but he had the same surgery, and he's certainly good enough thus far. So we're debating, George and I, is Edwin Diaz having problems because of the arm and the surgery, or is it more of a mental problem because maybe he doesn't have the confidence post-surgery? What do you think?
Structurally, when you're talking about Skubal, he had a single loose body. When you're talking about Edwin Diaz, who's 32 years old, he had multiple loose bodies. So it's a difference between, here's a Clapper vision, by having one pebble in your shoe that's bothering you versus three of them. It's a difference between putting the spoon in the disposal that stops the blades from rotating. That's what it feels like when you have loose fragments in a joint that you need to move. But the key question is, the technology we have now with the tinier scope, thanks to Arthrex, it's called a nanoscope, to be able to remove these loose bodies with less damage to the joint. But what fundamentally is still the issue in Diaz is you've got multiple loose bodies. Where did they come from multiple locations in the joint? They've been rattling around in there. There's a lot of degenerative damage that's in there, just like we see Ohtani dealing with swelling in his knee. This is inflammation, irritation, degeneration, and that is, in my opinion, probably why he's going from 98 miles an hour to 93 miles an hour.
Wait, you're saying that if and I just want to make sure I'm clear on this, if Blake Snell had a loose body surgery and Tarek Skubal had a loose body surgery and Edwin Diaz had, again, what I'm considering to be the same surgery, if one guy has three loose bodies and one guy has one loose body, rather than just going in and taking out the loose bodies and it's all the same, you're saying the more loose bodies, the more difficult the recovery?
Yes, because it means Scott, that multiple locations in the joint have created multiple loose bodies rather than a single one. So we have no problem in the surgery. Our technology is amazing at solving the problem of removing them elegantly with less trauma. But what remains is what caused the multiple loose bodies. What does the joint that he's left with look like? And you will see that in terms of his performance. One guy had only one rattling around. The other guy had three. More damage remains in the joint when you're talking about multiple ones.
So basically what you're saying is not all loose bodies are created equal.
Correct. You have kitchen cabinets. I have kitchen cabinets. We both have kitchen cabinets. I guarantee mine look different than yours.
See, Kappy?
Yeah.
You know, I am. What is it you call a doctor?
AAD, also a doctor.
I told him this. I said not all loose bodies are created equal. Now, I didn't know the detail you know, but I am an AAD.
That's right. Also a doctor.
That's
AAD.
right. But wait a second. I have another question. Follow-up. So let's say you have this loose body surgery, right? And let's say you do everything that you're supposed to do to come back to be able to pitch, including going on rehab assignments and looking good enough that they're ready to, re-elevate you to the major league club. Now you come out and you're not pitching well. And the next thing you know, you're on the IL and they're calling it a neck problem. Like you got some kind of – is it possible that the arm and the loose bodies and the recovery can then turn into something else that's neck-related? Because for me, I'm always skeptical about these injury reports, and I'm like, oh, really? Neck problem? That's the issue? The issue is he's not pitching well, and they need to give him more time. So what do you think? Can the loose bodies turn into a neck?
Well, here's another Klapper vision. If you look at your arm right now, find a beauty mark, find a freckle. Okay. It's no big deal. You had it your whole life. But if you have that same freckle in front of the lens of your eye, you're blind. Just like in real estate, location, location, location. Where do the loose bodies come from in the elbow joint? If they're from an area that's not the weight-bearing area, if you will, the significant loading area of the elbow, then you can have a loose body and bounce back like you never had surgery. But if that loose body damaged or came off a critical area where the humerus bone makes contact with the olecranon in the elbow joint in a critical spot, then you're going to have a miserable time with your loose body. They're both called loose bodies, but where they come from and how they damage the joint makes each of these things different.
Wow. Good thing I'm AAD as well, because I didn't understand a word you just said. But that's a different story for a different day. Only teasing you, Doc. Well, George, It sounds like Dr. Klapper is on your side, that the Edwin Diaz situation is more physical, whereas I think it's more mental.
There you have it.
I think they blend together. There's no doubt. If you're an elite athlete and you feel your body is letting you down, you went and had this surgery, you should be fine. You see all your other players bouncing back and you're not. Absolutely, the physical becomes a mental.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Doc, you're the best, buddy. We love you.
Thanks so much. You guys are great. Talk to you next week.
Great picture of you and Jack Nicholson courtside, Doc. Who the hell knows what's going on with these Lakers? Who knows?
That was funny.
After I did his knee surgery, Scott, he says to me, hey, Doc, you want to go to a game with me? I go, sure. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one other thing. Yeah. This was the night Steve Blake got into a fight, and they tried to break up the fight. And he got thrown into the crowd, and the lady next to me had all his jewelry, and now her arm was bleeding. And I said to him, Jack, you want me to take care of her? He goes, Doc, I think you ought to take care of her. And then he gets up and he starts running around the court going, this is why I like to bring my own doctor to the game.
That's one thing, one piece of advice for everybody tuning in today. Make sure along the way you find a couple of friends that are doctors, okay? I got a buddy who's an ER doc. I got a buddy who's a radiologist. I got a buddy who's an anesthesiologist. I got docs everywhere so that when you need concierge medicine, you got your own set of doctors.
Well, ESPN LA has their own doctor, Dr. Klapper.
That's him.
There it is, Doc. And we love you, pal. Thank you so much.
All right. God bless you guys. Thanks.
See you.
God bless you.
All right, Kappy.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up next.
Yep.
You did something. Something was done.
I'll be curious to hear what you think. If it's bad, if it's okay.
I have a feeling I'm not going to approve of this, is my guess. I mean, that's just my guess.
Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. But first, we talked about one guy. We just talked to one guy we love. Let's talk about another guy we love.
Mm-hmm.
Our guy, Jacob and Ronnie. Hey, Kappy, I don't know if you know this, but dogs are everywhere in L.A. In the parks, on the trails, outside the coffee shops, in the neighborhoods where everybody seems to be working out, walking, and, on these beautiful Southern California streets in the afternoon. But when a dog attacks without warning, the physical and emotional injuries can be far more serious and long-lasting than most people realize. If you were injured in a dog bite or animal attack at all, any kind of animal, call Jacob at 800-345. I was just waiting to make sure you were ready. Kappy?
Yep.
6-7.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell?
I'm waiting for you to give it to me.
I said already 345.
6-7.
8-9.
Right.
So that's 800-345.
6-7.
8-9, Kappy.
Call Jacob. Accident lawyers can review what happened. Whether it's the owner's negligence or perhaps there's a prior history of dog aggression, a leash law violation, or some other factor that may be involved, and they can help you understand what compensation you may be entitled to for your injuries, your trauma, and your recovery. It's critical that you call Jacob. You get that free consultation and no obligation case review, no fee unless we win. A dog bite is not something you just walk off. Let us make sure the responsible party does not walk either.
Call Jacob at 800-345.
6-7.
8-9 or visit calljacob.com. One more time, that number, 800-345.
6-10.
8-9. Visit calljacob.com. You get that dog bite, don't just look at the dog and go, dog.
Yeah.
Call Jacob at 800-345.
6-7.
8-9 or visit calljacob.com. And Sparks fans, want to sit courtside at tomorrow's Sparks game? Visit Call Jacob on Instagram. Yeah. Go to call.jacob on IG and look for the giveaway post. You and a friend can hang out courtside, courtesy of Call Jacob. All right, we'll step aside. Kappy stepped in it. Something happened.
Yep.
We're all going to be embarrassed about it.
Probably.
Who the hell knows what it actually is? Kappy in DTLA next.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
The Hard Rock Hotline on ESPN LA. Brought to you, of course, by Hard Rock Casino Tajon.
Experience gaming, dining, and live entertainment at the easiest drive from downtown LA. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Great teams walk in with the playbook, so why face your family's future without one? Globe Life makes protecting the people you love simple. And with Globe Life, it's never been any easier. You can apply for coverage online or with an agent in just minutes. No complicated strategy, just straightforward protection from a name you already trust. Get your free quote today at globelifeinsurance.com. Globe Life, official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
What's up, Foo?
Hey guys, Sedano here, and summer's here. Everyone's getting together. So why are you still living with those same old floors? Upgrade with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. They've got millions of in-stock options, including CoreTech, the original 100% waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof, luxury vinyl flooring in stock and can be installed in a few days. Visit the showroom next to the Commerce Casino off the 5 freeway or online at HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, because no sale beats wholesale.
I'm John Ireland, and the cleaner way to cocktail is with Blue Ice Vodka. Gluten-free, no added sugar, only 64 calories an ounce. Find Blue Ice at Bristol Farms, Smart & Final, and Ralph's. Blue Ice. Smooth, affordable, a better way to cocktail. Enjoy responsibly.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey, girl. I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And it is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. You know we love our thrifty ice cream, and we love giving you the scoop. The scoop on everything. On sports, on fun and frivolity, the scoop on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Always presented by our friends at Thrifty Ice Cream. Serving up SoCal's sweetest moments. Since 1940, we keep rolling. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
Right. Number 1 hit in 2003. Crazy in Love. Beyonce.
No way. 2003?
That's when I was born. Oh my. What?
Kasim?
Yeah.
That brother Kasim was born in 2003?
Man, you just made me feel old as hell.
I was a junior in high school.
Oh, wow. You were so old. You were a junior in high school. Bro, 2003. Well, I guess I was 33 years old. That's not terrible.
2003, I was doing local radio.
LeBron was drafted. This song came out.
Yeah.
I was born.
Yeah.
Good year.
Good year. I don't think there's any question about that.
Wow, that brother Kasim born in 2003. How about that?
Crank it up. You don't know the words, right? I love how you don't know the word. You do it.
Well, I try and jazzify it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, happy birthday to John Stamos today.
How old is John Stamos?
63, man. That guy still looks like he's 35 years old.
He's incredible. You know, George, I think I may have told you this, but when I was, this is probably May-ish of
Uncle
earlier
Jesse.
this year. Yeah. I was at the Beach Life Festival down in Redondo.
Yeah.
And we went backstage, Rachel.
You know they got a Beach Life restaurant, right?
There is the surf club right there.
Right. There's like a restaurant, I believe, or something.
Yeah, there is a restaurant there. So we went backstage to meet Joan Jett.
Yeah.
Rock
and roll.
Right. In the jukebox, baby. So Rachel and I go backstage to meet Joan Jett and, do the whole meet and greet picture before the show and everything.
Right.
Who's backstage and walking right at us? John Stamos.
Oh, you're done then.
So at that point, I lose all interest in Joan Jett. I have no
Right.
interest in Joan any longer.
Yeah.
And now here's Uncle Jesse, to your point.
Yeah.
And he's so cool.
And I'm sure Rachel was also interested in Uncle
Rachel was, she was ready. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, I'm leaving you and I'm going with him. But he was cool. It wasn't like, hey, meet this guy, meet that guy. It was just like, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? Like, because everybody was backstage. Who are you? I don't know, but you're back here. So, and we handshaked it out. We gave it the quick hug. He has who's that guy? I don't know. But I was like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. There you go. And he looks great, John Stamos.
Yeah. Happy birthday, John Stamos.
My man.
And there are a couple other birthdays
who?
that we'll get to later.
All right.
But, all right, what the hell happened? What did you do yesterday?
All right, here's what happened to me yesterday. You tell me if you think this is good or bad. I think there's a bit to be had here in the future, but here's what happened to me yesterday.
Go ahead.
All right, so, George, we get back from the UCLA football practice yesterday, right?
Right. Great time at UCLA.
Terrific.
Thanks again to the folks at UCLA.
Outstanding. Thank you, Coach Chesney, your entire team. Thank you for having us yesterday. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Get back to downtown L.A., and this is probably what time do you think we got back? Maybe 12:30, 1
It was
o'clock?
like, no, I think 12:15-ish.
Right. Yeah. It was pretty early. So I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything. So I go out and grab something to eat. No big deal. I got a lot of work to do. I wound up taking a little power nap across the street at the East Central Hotel.
Yeah.
And now I'm up and I'm ready to go fresh for the rest of the day.
You should have come over if you were hungry. You should have come over to the farewell to the LAPC, the TV building.
I saw your pictures there yesterday. It seemed like there was quite a crowd of people.
Oh, man. I mean, a bunch of people. Our friends Neil and Stan, unfortunately no longer colleagues, but came by for the farewell. It was great. It was a to-do. I mean, there was a lot of people there.
That's cool. I love Neil and Stan. I miss those guys on TV. And I saw Stan Verrett, who I've met a couple of times. I know he's a big New Orleans Saints fan. And
he's
Cowboys,
doing stuff for the Saints. He's here, right? He's here with the Saints. They did the Cowboys thing, and now they're doing the Rams thing on Thursday.
Yeah,
practice or whatever.
And I saw the picture that Stan put out of him and Drew Brees, who just went into the Hall of Fame last week, and that was pretty cool too. So I go ahead and I get up in the afternoon and I start walking the streets, and this is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I do what I normally do. I walk down to the Whole Foods here in downtown L.A. And I go in and I grab a little bite to freaking eat over here, right? And I grab a little something, and okay, now I'm good. And now I'm going to go walk the streets. Now, keep in mind, I know that at some point I'm going to get back to the East Central Hotel, and I'm going to hit the gym because I got to get my workout in, right? So I start walking the streets, and now I got to go to the bathroom. Now, as you probably know, I've got a series of hotels around downtown L.A. where I'm intimately familiar with the bathroom situations. And as I tell people all the time, if you ever have to go to the bathroom really badly, the best place to stop are hotels. And here's why.
No doubt.
More often than not, hotels have very clean bathrooms. That's number one. Number two, the fact of the matter is that if you walk into a hotel lobby and you just look the part, like you look like you could be staying there, you should prepare in your mind before somebody says something to you like, sir, can we help you? You'll say things like, oh, yeah, I'm waiting on a guest. You know what I mean? Like, oh, my friend Steve is staying here, and I'm waiting on Steve to show up down here in the lobby. That's
Steve Sachs, he stayed here.
Right. That's why I'm sitting here in your lobby with my computer using your Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? I'm not really a guest here, but I'm acting like I'm a guest here. And generally, honestly, people will leave you alone because it's a hotel lobby, okay?
Right.
Now, Chris Morales and I have found...
And the larger the hotel, the easier that is to pull up.
Oh, no. And by the way, I'll give you another little one. The fancier the hotel, the easier it is to pull off. Because you never want to be the hotel employee that walks over to somebody and accidentally insults them only to find out that there's somebody who's, staying in the presidential suite,
Yeah.
So Chris and I have found that the Biltmore Hotel in downtown L.A., a legendary hotel.
I mean, that is a legendary brand,
Many, many movies back, especially like in the mid-'80s when every movie was made in L.A., unlike today. But way back when every movie that had a hotel scene or a lobby scene or a ballroom scene, everything seemed to have been done at the Biltmore back in the day. Well, Chris and I have found that the Biltmore is a fancy hotel, big giant lobby. And honestly, if you walk in and you just kind of look like you belong, no one's ever going to say anything to you. Nobody at the front desk is going to go, excuse me, sir, but where are you going? Yeah. It's a big hotel. People are walking in and out of this thing all day long.
Right.
So now I get done at Whole Foods. I walk down the street. I got to go to the bathroom.
You're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I got problems right now. George, I could have used my medical emergency kit for traveler's diarrhea in that exact moment. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, but you didn't have it with you because you were just walking.
I'm just walking the streets. So I walk into the Biltmore Hotel. I act like I belong.
Right.
Nobody's going to say a word to me. I'm not saying a word to anybody. They're just like, oh, he must just be a guest. And I go to the bathroom. So I use the bathroom facilities at the Biltmore Hotel.
Yeah.
And I see a sign that says workout facility, workout gym.
No.
Right?
Come on,
now
man.
you would assume, George, right, that in a fancy hotel, to use any facility, what would you need?
You need a key card to get in.
You need a key card.
Yeah.
I don't have a key card. I'm not staying at the Biltmore Hotel.
But you figure you'd give it a twirl.
Well, I figure I'll go look, and if by chance, because it's an old school
somebody's
hotel,
coming in and out. Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
If for some reason there's not a lock on the door, I'll go check out the gym.
Right. Or if someone's just opening the door.
So that's precisely what happened. So I'm walking towards the gym. These lovely people are walking out of the gym. They open the door. I hold it for them. Again, I look like I could be staying
hi,
there.
how are you?
Right. How you guys doing today? How was the gym? Was it good? Did it work out well for you? Like, oh, it's great. I go into the gym. I survey the gym at the Biltmore. They got great cardio machines.
Yeah.
They've got, like a full gym. Like
Are these actual pictures that you took?
These are not pictures that I took, but these are pictures that you can find online.
Online.
They got a beautiful indoor pool. There's towels. There's water machines. There's dumbbells. There's all this gym equipment, like as if you were in, your local 24-hour fit. I'm talking like all really, really good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I decide in the moment, I'm wearing shorts. I'm wearing a T-shirt.
You're jumping in the pool.
I'm wearing sneakers. No, I'm going to get a good workout in here.
Oh, okay.
I decided I'm here. I'm now, so I'm going to get a good workout in. So I hit the gym.
Carlo, great job on that one.
Yeah, I hit the gym in the Biltmore Hotel. I'm listening to the 5 p.m. hour yesterday of DeMarco and Travis.
And this is Live Image Tuesday?
Right. And for 1 hour, without exaggeration, I am working out in the Biltmore gym. And I am putting in like a real workout. I am sweaty. I'm having to use towels on their machines. I'm having to wipe stuff down. And I am by myself in this Biltmore Hotel and this amazing world-class gym.
Right.
I start to think to myself, well, here's towels for the pool. It is an indoor pool. Perhaps I ought to get a swim in while I'm here, Why the hell not? And then when I'm done, then I'm going to go use the locker room facility. So I was a guest of the, uninvited perhaps, but a guest of the Biltmore Hotel in downtown LA yesterday, and I got to use and try out all the facilities. The bathroom in the lobby, the gym, the pool, the locker room, all of it. It was terrific. It was great. Now, here's my question. Is this an okay thing to do? Like, if you have the confidence to just walk in as if you belong, as if you own the joint, as if you're a guest, is it okay to use the facilities the way I did? Because remember, I didn't have a key card to get into the gym. Somebody who was a guest in the gym actually opened the door and allowed me to come in.
Yeah.
Nobody's checking IDs. What do you guys think? Is this cool? Is this not cool? What do you think?
This takes you to a completely different level. I mean, you are capable of a lot of things. By the way, you're not alone at this place. Okay, there have been, let's just say, not at the Biltmore necessarily, but I have heard plenty of stories of people at this place kind of making that happen at other gyms and hotels in the area. Let's just call it. So you're not alone. I just kind of shake my head that you did it. I just don't want you getting caught, Cap. Because let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. What happens if you actually would have gotten caught? Like if somebody would have said, like, hey, sir, you're here in the gym. We noticed you, on the cameras. We hadn't seen you before. We didn't see you register. Is your room not ready? What's going on here?
That is a great question. Because, again, my advice to anybody who likes to sneak in and out of stuff, because I love this kind of thing, it's an adrenaline rush. You have to be prepared for those kinds of questions. George, I'm so glad you asked that.
Right.
Because I had already prepared in my mind, hypothetical, security comes into the gym. Because I was in there by myself. Right. Hypothetically, somebody comes in from security and they go, "Excuse me, sir, are you a guest here at the hotel?" My immediate answer is, "Why, yes, I am." They go, "Well, do you have, your key to your room?" "Oh, no, I'm not staying here at the hotel." "You said, was I a guest?" "I'm a guest. I'm waiting for Steve. He's up on the 5th floor, and he told me to meet him at the gym. So I'm meeting a buddy of mine. He's staying here at the hotel, and I just came to meet him."
And what room is he in? What's his last name again?
I think Smith is his name. His name is Steve Smith. Right. It's an uncommon name, right?
Are you talking about the former wide receiver of the Carolina Panthers?
Yes,
sir?
that's him. That's him. That's exactly. That's why I'm down in the gym, because we're getting ready to work out together. And he told me to meet him at the gym, and I got here, and he wasn't here.
Or could
yet.
it have been the former NBA player who's on NBA TV?
I think it's that guy. Yeah, it's that Steve Smith, right?
Oh.
But here's the thing, is that Steve told me, "Hey, come work out with me at the Biltmore. Meet me at the gym." So I walked in. I came to the gym. He's not here yet. These lovely people were walking out. I walked in. I'm still waiting for Steve. So you have to be prepared with an excuse as to why you're there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was prepared for the possibility that somebody might bust me. Because I'm with you. Security could have been watching.
And then what happens if security if security would have left to check to see if Steve Smith was staying at the Biltmore?
Right.
Are you then just leaving at that point? Like when he gets out, like you're giving it a beat and then you're just getting out of there? Or are you still staying at the gym if that were the scenario?
Well, I think if you leave immediately, you're admitting guilt. Whereas if you stay, you can always come up with, "You know what? Steve called me and told me that he's got to take an important call. He's not going to be down here for like another 30 minutes. So I don't know. I'm kind of down here by myself. Sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you."
Can you imagine if you're in the pool? Hey, while you check, let me do another lap.
Yeah, hey, I'll tell you what. You guys go look for Steve. Go knock on his door, room 500. I'm going to be in here swimming laps if you need me. It started me thinking, though, and tell me if you think this is a good idea. Tuesdays are generally the day that I stay at the East Central Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I love to listen to DeMarco and Travis, especially on Live Imaging Tuesday. What if I started calling into the show every week from a different hotel gym somewhere in downtown LA? Like, let's see if I can get myself into all the fanciest hotels and their gyms every Tuesday around downtown LA. What do you think about this, George? What do you think about this concept? And then I can grade the gyms. As Carlo gave me the concept, I can grade the gyms. It's either cap
Kappy,
or crap.
I just don't want you on like a wanted poster somewhere is what I would say. Like all of a sudden, every hotel in downtown LA outside of the East Central has like a wanted poster of you with your face on it. Wanted. This guy will use your facilities. Don't let him in.
And he's pointing in that poster.
Right, I'm giving you the point. I don't know. Listen, I don't think I've done anything wrong. I just don't.
I don't think you've done something right. That's for sure.
Okay, that's fair. Let me tell you what happened to me just recently, by the way, and this is what kind of motivated this. My son and I, this is an interesting thing. My my son goes, Dad, let's go to the driving range. I said, okay, let's go. He said, I said, where do you want to go? He said, well, let's go to the driving range down the road. I said, that driving range is so crowded. It's kind of expensive. You can't find a mat to hit because there's just hundreds of people everywhere. Every mat is taken. Let's go to the local country club. My son says, Dad, we're not members of the country club. We can't just go walking in. I go, come with me. So we park the car at this country club, right? There's no gate to get in. We park the car. We both take our golf bags. We walk down to the range. There's balls sitting there. It's free. And nobody who works at the country club is going to come up to me and go, excuse me, sir, are you a member? Because they don't want to take the risk of insulting somebody and getting themselves caught in hot water. So me and my son, we hit an hour of golf balls on the driving range. And then we putt on the driving range. And then we get done and we leave. And I said to my son, you see how easy that is? And my son goes, I hate everything about what you've just done. I don't like it.
I agree. I'm
know.
with Justin on this.
He's like, I hate what you've just done. But I said, but Justin, I said, if somebody would have come up to me at the driving range and said, sir, excuse me, are you a member here? Like you're hitting balls on the range. I'd be like, oh, no, I'm waiting for Dr. Zimmer. He told me to meet him here at 10 a.m. He's running late. If somebody would have come back to me 30 minutes later and gone, excuse me, sir, but what's going on here? I'd be, Dr. Zimmer called. Dr. Zimmer called.
Are you just calling like Are you talking about like Dr. Z, the old draft guy?
Yeah, like I'm just coming up with a name. You know what I mean? Dr. Z. I'm waiting for Dr. Z. Dr. Z just let me know he's got an emergency, so he didn't show up. So I came as his guest, and he never showed up.
Right.
Now that was my excuse. But here's what.
Now
really,
Z's a tough one, right? Because Dr. Z, like, I mean, that's. Z is not a very common last name letter, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I feel like you got to go a little more common than that.
Well, right. I probably should have gone with Dr. Smith, right? Or Dr. Jones, one of those kinds of things. But here's what happened.
Dr. Johnson.
As my son and I were
Professor
leaving,
Schwanz.
Right, anything. You come up with the name, who's going to question it? As my son and I were leaving this country club, and I was explaining to him how easy it was to walk into this country club. You didn't need to go through a gate. There wasn't anybody at a front desk. I knew which country club I was going to, okay? As I'm leaving, George, swear to God on my life, as I'm leaving, I see a guy getting into his car. And I say to my son, I go, son, you see that guy right over there? He goes, yeah. I go, I guarantee you 1,000% he's not a member of this country club. And he goes, well, how do you know? I go, because I know that guy. And he's a former radio sales guy. And that guy hasn't worked in 20 years. I guarantee you he's not a member of the country club. So my son goes, well, what do you think he did? I go, what did he do? He walked in like he owned the joint. He went into the locker room. He took a schwitz. He took a shower. He took a steam. He cleaned himself up. He used all their hair products. He used their combs. He used their disposable toothbrushes and their toothpaste. He cleaned himself all up, and he walked out the door, and no one ever said a word to him. You can do this if you have the confidence to act like you belong. And yesterday...
Please don't listen to him, kids. Don't do any of this, actually.
Yeah, you know what? This is not for everybody, okay? This takes a specific kind of stunt man who's thought it all out, right? Who's
covered all the angles.
Right. I've already thought what they might say.
Again, to use an analogy we used the other day from the movie Heat, don't get into anything you can't get in and out of in 30 seconds or less when the heat's around the corner.
And that's just it. If hotel security comes to me yesterday in the Biltmore and says, sir, excuse me, are you a guest? Again, immediately, I'm like, wait a second. I'm waiting for somebody who's, oh, no. Look, they've put up a wanted sign on me now, George.
Yeah.
On YouTube, they've put up a wanted
sign
on me.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Have you seen this man? Warning, look out for Scott Kaplan at luxury hotel gyms. Description, approximately 5'10". Guys, I'm 6'2", okay? I'm 6'2". And even if I'm not 6'2", I'm telling you I'm 6'2". He's often seen in sunglasses, a hat, dark T-shirt, light shorts, premium sneakers. Yes, I was wearing my Skechers. Frequents high-end hotels and always hunting for the best hotel gym. Considered dangerous to treadmills and hotel weight rooms. See, that was another thing. Had security come down, I would have been like, hey, guys, nobody's using all this great equipment. I'm helping grease this stuff. I mean, if you don't use it, it breaks, right? So I'm trying to use the stuff.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable. I mean, even for you, this one tops almost anything you've ever done.
Hey, look, I just want to say to the friends at the Biltmore.
I mean, the country club is pretty bad, too. You know what you are? Did you steal this bit from Eddie Murphy in, like, Beverly Hills Cop?
Eddie Murphy. I know you, Eddie.
I feel like, remember there was a scene in Beverly Hills Cop, right? Like he does this, well, in every Beverly Hills Cop movie, he pretends to be someone he's not.
That's right. That's right. Like the guy
stolen valor.
Well, like the guy he shows up, he's like he breaks out his badge, right? He shows up and he breaks out his badge like he's like an inspector for the guys that are working on the house. You know, like, yeah, if you...
Right, when he goes into, like, some famous country club and, like, tells them somebody pooped in the pool or whatever.
Right, or the time where he had to deliver the vitamins.
The vitamins,
to Victor Maitland.
And they're explosive. He said they were explosive.
Right.
Bullets
What about my daughters? What about my two girls, Monique and Unique? What about my two twin daughters, okay? Right. And so I'm just...
You're Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop.
But truth be told, I'm 13 years old.
You've literally stolen Eddie Murphy's bit. Eddie Murphy is listening right now going, wait, he stole my bit from the Beverly Hills Cop movies. And he's just using them at gyms and country clubs to play golf.
Right, but I was a kid and I saw those movies and that stuff got deep into my subconscious. And for some reason, I've decided I think I can do these things. And look, I mean, there are times where you get tossed, you know? There are times when you don't get into stuff.
Hey, Geeter has just weighed in.
What is he saying?
Via text. I'm so with Kappy on this one. Act like you belong.
Right. That's just, and listen, I will admit, in downtown LA, I look like the kind of guy where I'm like, excuse me, where's the restroom? They're like, oh, it's right over here. Whereas other people in downtown LA are like, excuse me, where's the restroom? They're like, oh, no, we don't have one here today. We don't have one for you. And I admit that. I understand that I'm using a little bit of what I would call some privilege. I got it, okay? I got it. But I'm just telling you that if you act like you've been there, if you act like you belong, if you act like you own the joint, no one's really going to say much to you, especially in a hotel. So great bathroom, thank you. Amazing gym facilities, outstanding. And I would say to the folks at the Biltmore, I'll be back.
You know, Angelica, you always tell me to pump the brakes. Kappy, you need to pump the brakes, sucker.
I feel
the 8 a.m. hour is sponsored by Fix My DUI. Life can change in a moment. Even good people make mistakes. Did you know that? Did you know what? You know what? I'm now thinking of you when I read this now.
Right, because I'm a good guy. I make mistakes.
Did you know that what you do in the first 10 days after a DUI can impact your driving privileges? Well, that's of course. Yes, that's why it's important to act right now. Angelica and her team at Fix My DUI are here to answer questions about your DUI, DMV hearing, driver's license, SR22 insurance requirements. Call today for a free consultation at 888-607-7077 or visit fixmydui.org. You're lucky we have a lot of lawyers on this place.
I know, it's so true. By the way, Angelica and what she does, seriously, like you make a mistake, you go out, you have a little too much, you make the terrible mistake of getting into your car, you get a DUI, hopefully you don't get hurt or you don't hurt somebody else, but all of a sudden you get pulled over and you're like, what do I do now? You call Angelica. That's what you do.
Yeah. And hey, don't forget, join Better Duran this Thursday for the debut of the brand new digital show, The Ralph's High School Football Weekly. Tune in live every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. on ESPN LA's YouTube channel with a replay on Fridays at 10:30 a.m. as well. Each week, Better will break down all the biggest matchups and interviewing some of the biggest names in the Southland. Watch Thursdays at 10:30 a.m., replay on Fridays at 10:30 a.m., only on the ESPN LA YouTube channel, and thanks to our friends at Ralph's. Anyway, I just wanted people to know I wasn't laughing. I couldn't get through the read because I was laughing at Kappy.
Would you ever do what I did?
I was not laughing at Angelica or DUI.
Would you ever do this? Would you ever walk into a hotel
absolutely
you don't
not.
belong at?
No,
you would never do that.
No, I mean, if I had to go to the bathroom, would I pull that off in a hotel? Sure. Would I use someone's gym at a hotel I wasn't staying at? Absolutely not.
A nice gym. I'm going to start ranking the gyms of fancy hotels in downtown LA. Cap or crap? I like that idea. Way to go, Carlo.
All right, coming up next, we got a little football action for you. One more segment to go. Digital Hour coming up at 9 o'clock. You can listen on the ESPN LA app. Download that ESPN LA app in your App Store or Google Play. And then you click on the Sedano and Kap tile. You can listen in crystal clear audio. And, of course, you can hang out with the minions on the YouTube chat as well if you'd like to watch us there. All right, more. Who knows what the hell's coming up next? All right, Sedano and Kap, ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Located in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, Crypto.com Arena is pulling back the curtain and unveiling new behind-the-scenes VIP tours presented by Delta Airlines, which offers an exclusive look inside one of the world's most iconic sports and entertainment venues. Expert guides will lead small groups through spaces that have hosted legendary sports championships, world-renowned concerts, and epic awards. Guests will also explore the VIP areas and experience the arena's latest renovations. Visit CryptoArena.com/tours for more info.
Here in Los Angeles, our city water is loaded with chlorine and chemicals. That's why I got LifeSource Whole House Water System. It cleans and conditions water from every tap for healthier water with no salt and no regular maintenance. No more harsh, skin-irritating city water. Upgrade your water and your life with LifeSource. I did, and I'm never going back. LifeSource has been doing it for decades. Read the reviews. Call the LifeSource California factory today at 800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water, it's not just better, it's essential. LifeSource, taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply.
There you were, surrounded by fans, sharing wings, sharing drinks, high-fiving random strangers. Everybody remembers the game, but nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you until a few days later. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You wake up, you got a fever, your throat's on fire. So now what? Urgent care closed, ER slammed, telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You need a medical emergency kit. These are not first aid kits, everybody. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions, sinus and ear infections, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more. You can even use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care in a drugstore in your house. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes, and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. That's promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's a fruity candy flavor explosion, and I mean explosion. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, a zero-sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Shohei Ohtani's interpreter was fired today. Ippei Mitsuhara ran up gambling debts to a Southern California bookmaking operation.
The inside story of the biggest scandal in modern baseball.
He was absolutely bananas, the amount of bets he was making. I've never seen anything like it.
From 30 for 30 podcasts, this is The Betrayal of Shohei Ohtani.
Presented by Gusto. New episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time for the Wild Fork Foods Yacht Rock Song of the Morning.
It's time for the Wild Fork Foods Yacht Rock Song of the Morning on the Sedano Kap Morning Show.
Wild Fork, your neighborhood meat and seafood market.
Now, he's put on his captain's hat.
I am the captain. This is the captain's table. The captain sits at the captain's table.
Captain Condiment has the Yacht Rock all queued up.
Now.
Yeah, this is Yachtly Crew, right? Yeah.
Whack, whack.
They sang this song last Friday night down at the Sound at Del Mar, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys have seen this. Hey, George, if you had a chance to see this, I don't know if you follow on Instagram. My horse racing group, Great Friends Stable, is on Instagram. And we put out a pretty cool video the other day about, talking to the Yachtly Crew guys and their experience at the racetrack and the show that night. I don't know if anybody saw it, but it's at Great Friends Stable on Instagram. The horse. Love this song. Great yacht rock song.
I'm just catching up on the text in our group text with Trudell and Peter and Morale.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to say something here. I know a lot of people think I'm doing something a little unethical, perhaps, by showing up and using a gym at a hotel that I'm not really, staying at. And people are telling me that in our YouTube chat, I'm flexing my white privilege. Don't make any mistake. You think I don't realize that? I get it. But here's my man, Dwight Mitchell, in the YouTube chat. He says, I have to admit, we were on an AAU trip and we visited a teammate's hotel and took advantage of the continental breakfast. You see, that's another example, right? Like you walk in with a bunch of kids in uniform and you're hitting up the continental breakfast, like one of those free breakfasts in a hotel lobby.
Yeah.
Who's going to say much to you, really? You don't think these people have other things that they're working on? What do you think the front desk person's going to go over and go, hey, are you staying here? Because you're getting those Apple Jacks out of our machine here, pal. I'm telling you, people do this stuff, including Dwight Mitchell. Hey, nice work, Dwight. Appreciate you, man.
You and Dwight, 2 peas in a pot. Kappy, did you see this Dan Orlovsky list of ranking NFL quarterbacks by trait?
Seen a little bit of it. I like Dan Orlovsky a lot, by the way. I think Dan Orlovsky's really good. I think, by the way, one of the things that helps Dan Orlovsky and will help him into the future for his longevity is not being a superstar player. Like, when you're a superstar player, you're contemporary until you're not anymore. Dan Orlovsky is so good at analysis, but people aren't like, wow, what a career he had. I think he's great, man. I'm a big fan.
So he's got Matthew Stafford on a couple of different of these lists, right? He ranks them by best arm, accuracy, et cetera, et cetera. So Matthew Stafford, he's got him number 4 in arm strength, number 1 in ball placement, which I would agree, number 1 in mechanics, number 2 in decision making. Pretty high standard there.
Who
we
do
can
you have number 1 in decision making?
How about that? I will tell you on the other side.
Beautiful.
Because we will begin the digital hour, which you can listen on the ESPN LA app. Again, download the ESPN LA app, on your App Store or Google Play. Click the Sedano and Kap tile. You can listen to us in crystal clear audio, stereo. Or you can just go join the minions in the YouTube chat like Dwight Mitchell over there.
Dwight's pretty good. I like Dwight. I do. I'm kind of a fan today so far of Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
He's being nice today.
And don't forget, thanks to our friends at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring for the morning wood today, which was Kappy's shenanigans at the hotel. Summer's gone, right? But before your next family get-together, you're still going to have one for Labor Day probably. Get to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Visit HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net or the new showroom next to the Commerce Casino at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, no sale. Beats wholesale.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience, right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on, and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
The Circa Million Pro Football Challenge is back. The greatest football contest in the world, coming straight at you from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs, with a cool mill and the coveted blue jacket going to the winner. And hey, if you suck, no problem. Come in last and $100,000 is coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 10 entries per person. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com. Circa Las Vegas, the time of your life.
Hi folks, it's Oral Hershiser, and I couldn't be prouder or more excited to introduce the new Oral Hershiser Chevrolet here in beautiful Chino. Chevrolet has been a part of America's story for over 100 years, built on grit, reliability, and doing things the right way. And that's exactly how we are going to earn your business at Oral Hershiser Chevrolet. So come on in, say hello, and let us earn your trust. Oral Hershiser Chevrolet, Bulldog tough, Chevy strong.
Breaking news doesn't wait, and neither does ESPN Los Angeles. When the biggest stories hit, count on ESPN LA Breaking News, powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Their expert technicians deliver a championship-worthy 15-minute drive-through oil change that gets you back on the road fast. Don't get caught on the sidelines.
Pull up, drive in, and keep your ride performing at an MVP level.
Visit SoCalOilChange.com for game-winning coupons and to find the Valvoline Instant Oil Change location nearest you.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change, powering ESPN LA Breaking News.
Tired of watching life from the bench? It's time to get in the game. Globe Life is looking for people who want more than just a job. Set your own schedule and help families protect what matters most. No experience? No problem. Training is provided, and you don't need anything to get started. It's not a desk job. It's a shot at building your legacy on your own terms. Your road to the championship starts at GlobeLifeCareers.com. Globe Life, official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
The home of USC football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Oh, it's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Joining us on the Hard Rock Casino hotline so you can give him instant feedback.
I want to give him feedback. I want him to be great on television.
The USC legend and NFL star, the one and only Sua Cravens. Oh, Sua.
Sua,
so glad he's here.
I watched your USC preview yesterday on the Big Ten Network yesterday. I thought the content was excellent. The thing that drove me nuts, someone's got to teach you how to hold the microphone properly. You can't hold your fist all the way up to the mic flag, man. You got to get a little space, let that thing breathe a little.
So why don't you teach him?
I'm just teaching him now.
I know, you're saying somebody's got to teach him. You teach him.
But that was the producer's job.
Are you telling me that you're a professional at holding mics?
I am, actually. Been doing it for a long time.
How did you get that experience? Did you use both hands at any point?
I did not. I didn't need to use both hands.
Are you a lefty or a righty?
I can go. I'm ambidextrous.
Oh, really?
How about that? I'm ambidextrous.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Remember when we thought you were going to have a memorial for your career? But then Sedano and I saved you.
Right. I know. It's hard to
you
believe.
didn't think I was going to go there, did you?
And then you almost tried to kill my career yesterday. So, anyway.
He give it, he take it.
Yeah,
you know.
seriously. A little sabor?
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the Love Boat, or do you want me to do the Love Boat?
The Art, I don't even know what you're talking
about. No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want Bit Boy.
Monstrous.
But I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the Stinger last time.
Oh, big time. So,
right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, just one more thing.
If you love having fresh wild meat in your mouth.
That is, I'm lubed up a sweat.
Come to my house, and I'll show you all the snakes you want to see.
Hey, real quick, some loose ends I need to tie here. The 13th annual SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic presented by VistaPaint is back next Friday on August 28th. Tune in for the all-day live broadcast at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. Proceeds benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research. And a special thanks to VistaPaint, where color, creativity, and chemistry all meet.
actually really looking forward to our golf tournament. So this is next Friday.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got something the Thursday before that. I don't know what that is. Something tells me I've got something cooking.
Like the day before, you're saying?
Yeah. What it is. Oh,
Huh.
I feel like
Well, I don't have access to your calendar like everybody else seems to have around here. So.
Anyway. All right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Next Friday. We'll be there.
Yeah, I will not.
I'm going to take a golf cart after we get off the air, and I'm going to go to every single hole on the Black Gold golf course, and I'm going to say to every group, can I just come in and hit one ball with you guys? And I'm going to play 18 holes, but I'm probably only going to take like 18 shots-ish. I'm going to go visit every single foursome on the course, or at least that's my game plan right now. It's hot out there, though.
Oh, yeah. It's really hot.
People forget.
So, listen, Kappy, I think it's a great idea. I think you mingle, right? You teach people how to sneak into hotels and hotel gyms and bathrooms.
Right.
It's like a crash course.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions about that segment as time goes on.
Yeah, and I'm glad we got it in during the terrestrial hours so more people could hear it, including the Biltmore Hotel employees.
Listen, the Biltmore Hotel employees are going to be like, "Oh, that's so cool. That's so awesome. We love."
They're going to
Sedano
have a
Kap."
staff meeting today at the Biltmore.
Yeah, well, they're probably going to put up that warning sign that Carlo made.
That wanted sign.
Right,
yeah.
wanted. Yeah,
wanted poster.
Wanted.
Yeah.
Dangerous dude in our gym.
Yeah.
He's armed and dangerous with answers to get him out of trouble.
Yeah. Carlo, I probably would not repurpose that on social media just for Kappy. I mean, let's let that live just here.
But on the other hand, if anybody has any other ideas of super fancy hotels in downtown LA where you think I should go and see if I can get into their gym, let me know. I'm on a fancy hotel gym tour now.
I know this building has a gym at the top.
This building right here?
No. I know this one building that has it at the top. I'll let you know after.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'd be curious because there are a lot of very nice hotels in downtown LA, including the East Central, which has a great gym, but I work out there all the time. So now it's an adventure. Can I get into somebody else's gym? We're going to find out. Hey, George, you started talking some football at the end of the terrestrial hour. And I'm going to be curious to hear, you mentioned Matthew Stafford was listed by Dan Orlovsky as number 2 in terms of best decision-making quarterbacks in the NFL. If Matthew Stafford's not number 1, I can't wait to hear who is.
Yeah, I will. I'll give you the list here. I have it right here. So decision-making, he's number 1 in ball placement, number 1 in mechanics. Decision-making, with the football, I mean, this is an interesting one. He's got Josh Allen. He calls them the league's top problem solvers. Last year, he had Allen number 2 on the list and said that his decision-making improved from 24 more than any other NFL quarterback improved in any other trait. Well, he's moving up again. He makes good decisions both in and out of structure. He threw 10 interceptions, lost 3 fumbles last season, but his tape shows his ability to read the defense and avoid getting baited into trouble.
Well, this is an interesting list. I mean, I got to say, what Orlovsky and what I'm sure his producers at ESPN have put together here is really interesting. Ranking quarterbacks by trait. That is a real breakdown.
No, it's a perfect August project. Too.
Right. So Josh Allen, best arm strength in the NFL, followed by Justin Herbert.
Caleb and Stafford. And then Mahomes after that.
Surprised to see Baker Mayfield so high up.
Baker's got a pretty good arm, man.
Yeah, Drake May is a guy who I think shows up a lot in these kinds of things, but he's only going into his 3rd year. But when you're a second-year quarterback and you lead a team that was so downtrodden the year before to a Super Bowl in only your 2nd year, yeah, you show up in a lot of these top 10 lists. Joe Burrow's obviously there, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to highlight one name here, Justin Herbert. So, Justin Herbert, everybody's so excited about the Chargers. Oh, look what the Chargers did, and look at Mike McDaniel, he's now their offensive coordinator, and he's so innovative. And he's redone Justin Herbert's footwork. Like, oh, really? Like what? Well, like when he was in a shotgun last year, he had his left foot in the front. This year, we've got his right foot in the front, and that's going to give him that extra 1/10 of a second. Okay, maybe it will. But you know what won't help Justin Herbert? When players around him get hurt. And last year for the Chargers, they lost both of their offensive tackles. Slater, they lost in training camp around this time. They lost during the season. He came back. He got hurt again. He was gone. You lose your top 2 tackles, you're screwed. The Chargers went out and signed a free agent center from Washington. Gave him a 3-year, $30 million contract. And honestly, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. His first name is Tyler. His last name, Biadaszz. He's a former 4th-round pick of the Cowboys out of Wisconsin. Signed him as their new center. George, did you see what happened yesterday in the Chargers joint practice? I believe they were working out with San Francisco.
I did not.
One of the D linemen threw one of the O linemen into this kid's knee, and now it looks like he is probably looking like he is gone possibly for the remainder of the year. Don't have confirmation on that, but he was carted off the field, and the Chargers are worried that he's going to miss significant time. One of their top wide receivers, Quentin Johnson, also a lower body injury yesterday, and an edge linebacker by the name of Kyle Kennard also leaving practice limping yesterday. So the Chargers, in a joint practice yesterday, lose a starting center, a starting receiver, and I don't know that much about Kennard, their edge rusher, but 3 guys hurt yesterday in a joint practice. And I hate to say it, but this seems to happen to these guys every single year. That's the football gods, people. What can I tell you?
The football gods?
The football gods. That's right.
Why do the football gods get them?
Because the football gods hate the Chargers.
But why do they hate the Chargers?
Because of the way Chargers ownership has always treated its players. Whether it was Lance Allworth back in the old days or Junior Seau or LaDainian Tomlinson in just a more modern era or Drew Brees, I mean, Drew Brees just went to the Hall of Fame, and what did they talk about? His first 5 years of his career, and they talk about him walking off the field with his arm completely locked, and I'll never forget that the general manager of the team back then called him. He's literally on the hospital operating table. He's about to go under anesthesia, and the GM says, go to sleep peacefully knowing that when you come out and you're repaired, you're still our guy. And as soon as he woke up, they were already well on to Phillip Rivers and done with Drew Brees. The football gods hate the Chargers ownership.
Okay.
I mean, at least that's at my church.
Right. Yeah. The Church of Kappy?
Yeah. We got a nice gym there, too, by the way, the Church of Kappy.
I bet. Maybe even a swimming pool.
Yeah, right. Indoor.
Definitely nice bathrooms.
What else?
I think that's going to be the thing you're most jealous of when I go to this NFL Network building. The bathrooms there are unbelievable.
Yeah, I got to get my way into that NFL Network building and use their gym and use their toilets.
No gym there. That's the only thing that's missing.
That's surprising. I mean, with that nice turf field outside, I realize it's a prop for TV. But come on, no gym for all these former NFL players?
But they got that cafe, and they got those really nice toilets, those
I can
Totos.
get you in there, Kappy.
You can get me in there, Kasim?
I work also with NFL Network, so I'll plug you in.
So I could come in with you?
Yeah.
Well,
But you need a badge, though. I don't know if your Disney badge could get you in, though.
I kind of think my Disney
Well,
badge
not
got to be able to get me in.
You'd have to be authorized to be in the building.
But I'll pull
But
some
I'm with
strings for you.
I'm with Kasim.
Yeah, you know me, so
Yeah, I'm with Kasim.
You're with that. You just walk up to the front desk, and be like, "I'm with that brother Kasim."
I'm with that brother Kasim. They'll be like, "Oh, you're good. You're fine." Tell everybody I'm your father.
I'm sure they'll believe that.
Yeah, you don't think so?
So one time, Kasim went to cover LAFC. I cover LAFC on every other weekend or whatever when I can. And one time, Kasim went to cover it, for himself. But they gave him my badge with his picture.
They put on my credential. They put Jorge's picture on it, and I got pulled to the side. I was like, "Are you sure this is you?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Wait, they had his picture with your name?
Yeah. On my credential, yeah.
Oh, it would have been funny if it was your picture with his name. That would be no problem. But wow, Kasim, that brother Kasim with Jorge's picture on it, huh?
Yeah. So real quick, let's just go through this list just to punctuate this segment here real quick. Arm strength, right. Allen, Herbert, you already did this one. Best ball placement, Stafford 1. May, Darnold, Burrow, Goff, Love, Allen, Jackson, Purdy, Prescott.
But ball placement, really quickly. I don't think you have to be an NFL expert or study and break down film like Dan Orlovsky does to know that what Matthew Stafford does in terms of placement. And, of course, people think right away about the no-look
I think he's number
passes.
one with a bullet. Yeah.
Right, but the no-look passes. That tells you that Stafford knows exactly where his guy is supposed to be, and he can look off a defender this way while throwing the ball this way. Now, he doesn't do it that often, but when he does it, it's pretty damn impressive. So I get the whole ball placement, Stafford being number one.
Mechanics, Stafford, Burrow, Daniel Jones, Goff, Prescott, Stroud, Caleb, Daniels, Jaden, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Mechanics.
Says it's neck and neck between him and Burrow, Stafford and Burrow for number one.
I'd love to. You know what we should really do? We should have Orlovsky on the show.
So have him on.
Yeah, and just have him break down on air how he breaks this stuff down off air so that when he talks about mechanics, give us from a quarterback coach's perspective what it is about the mechanics. Is it where your shoulders are, where your hips are? Is it footwork? Is it just arm? Is it brain? I'd love to know what Orlovsky's thinking in all of this stuff.
Decision-making with the football, we already did. Pocket presence, May, number one. Burrow, Darnold, Herbert, Prescott, Jackson, Caleb, Purdy, Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence.
Now, Matthew Stafford is now, he may not be the oldest quarterback in the NFL.
But he's up there.
But he's up there because he's not too far behind. I mean, I guess, Aaron Rodgers is 42, I think, and Stafford's 38. And there are a couple other guys still lingering around, there's a couple other guys that are in their late 30s-ish. But how is it that if you're one of the top quarterbacks in all these other categories, how is it that pocket presence Stafford is not right up amongst the best.
I would agree. That's why I would be curious to having him on just to hear his thought process on something like that.
Because Drake May, look, again, I understand what a great year Drake May had a year ago. It was his second year in the NFL. It was his first year as a full-time starter. It was his first year going 18 games. I just wonder, what is Drake May's pocket presence as a second-year player versus Matthew Stafford's pocket presence?
ESPN also did something called the NFL Future Power Rankings for the next 3 seasons. Where do you think the Rams rank?
The next 3 seasons? Let me think about that for a quick second. You got to think, will Stafford be the quarterback within the next 3 seasons for all 3? Maybe, maybe not. If Aaron Donald is coming back, is he going to really play for 3 more years, or would Aaron Donald be coming back for a 1-year Super Bowl run? What about this offensive line? Will it all be together in 3 years? There's probably going to be a lot of turnover in the tight end position, which is why they've been drafting guys so high in the last couple of seasons. My guess is that they probably don't have the Rams high for the future. They've got the Rams high for now. What does it look like?
Actually, number 5.
Okay.
So they've got Seahawks, Eagles, Lions, Broncos, Rams in the top 5. Chargers at 10. Raiders at 25.
Well, the Raiders are still, they've got their quarterback. They've got a running back. They've got a tight end. They need offensive line. They tried to do a lot on the defensive side of the ball. They've got a new coach. So, looking into the crystal ball, into the future, 3 years out, will the Raiders have turned things around? And clearly they don't think so.
Yeah.
So you say the Rams are 5 on that list. Just give me that list. The list is one more time. It's teams that we project 3 years from now are going to be good?
From 27 through 29.
Looking that far into the future, huh?
Wow, looking out next year and 2 more years beyond that, yes.
What do you think is harder to predict? You ready? NFL futures 3 years out or college football futures 3 years out?
And here's how they college football.
Yeah,
roster
change every year.
Here's how the categories broke down.
Okay.
Overall roster excluding QB, coaching, and front office.
Okay, that makes sense. How secure is the front office? How secure is the coach and the staff? And in the case of the Rams, their staff turns over a lot because everybody comes and coaches off of McVay's staff. But yet he's done such a great job of cultivating guys. Hey, this guy was our passing game coordinator. Now we lose our offensive coordinator, head coach of Arizona. Let's promote from within. So he's great at that.
So what they did was they ranked it from 0 to they gave him a score of 0 to 100. And then they ranked based on that, they would rank them in the 32 teams. So overall roster, excluding quarterback for the Rams, 5th in the NFL for those 3 future years. Quarterback 24th. Coaching number 1. Front office number 6.
Front office number 6. Look, I don't mean to just be a complete Rams homer, even though I am. And I don't expect necessarily for the Rams or Matthew Stafford.
Front office number 1 was
category.
Philadelphia.
Okay, look, I'm not gonna tell you that Philadelphia's front office isn't top notch. It is. Who's
Seattle number 2.
Okay, Seattle's got a good front office, and they've gone out and gotten themselves a really good coach. They took a risk on Sam Darnold. It paid off. They've signed Jackson Smith and Jigba to a long-term contract. I like what Seattle's done. But again, maybe I'm just too close to the Rams and I think too highly. But keep going. So
Ravens number 3.
I don't love that given the turnover that's just recently happened with the Ravens with their coaching staff. To have a coach there for almost 20 years.
Well, but the front office.
No, I got it. But I'm saying, the front office makes that decision.
Yeah.
The front office has decided we're going in a different direction with coaching.
Yeah.
So we don't really know. And 2 or 3 years from now, if it doesn't go well, we're going to look at their front office and go, what a disaster.
Tampa Bay number 4 front office.
Oh, come on. Really? Tampa Bay ahead of the Rams in front office?
Mm-hmm. Detroit Lions number 5.
Okay, look, I'll give the Lions some credit. By the way, the Lions front office has a lot of influence from the Rams front office, right?
Right.
So I'll give them some slack on that, but still, I don't know, to me, the Rams front office.
Disrespectful to Les Snead.
Well, I would ask anybody who created this ranking, I would say this. The Rams needed secondary help. They got secondary help. The Rams needed a closer on their defensive front, the best pass rusher in the NFL. They went out and got it. The Rams were able to inspire Aaron Donald to come out of retirement, even though it's not official yet, but everybody can see what's going on here.
Yeah.
And the Rams have prepared their team for their future with their quarterback. So what am I missing? I know Philly's got a really good front office, and people think highly of them. People might think highly of Seattle, Detroit, Tampa. Like, I'm surprised that the Rams aren't considered like a top 3 front office.
Well, yeah, I would agree with you on that. But the Rams, outside of quarterback, there's no real questions per se.
Right. And the questions that the Rams did have at the end of last year, those were solved well before Myles Garrett showed up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, the Rams were the favorites to win the Super Bowl pre-Myles Garrett.
Right.
And they'll be the favorite. I mean, unless they can't stay healthy. And Myles Garrett, let's assume he stays healthy. Myles Garrett's going to come close this year, especially when Aaron Donald returns. He's going to come close this year to what he did last year in Cleveland of 23 sacks. Because you have a better defensive front with the Rams and the Browns had, number 1. Now you're going to have an elite secondary, number 2. And when Aaron Donald comes back, he's going to create situations where, as an offensive coordinator, you're like, what do we do? Do we double team Aaron Donald? How do we chip and keep Garrett away from our quarterback? Because you're going to have a lot of problems as an offense when you face a defense that's going to have Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, and McDuffie in the secondary. You're going to have major problems. So, all right. They've got the Rams as the 5th best front office. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. If they say so.
That's right, Jack.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of issues in the office.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any?
Not us.
Okay,
but,
good. I'm glad we weren't going with us.
The folks at involved with Mark Walter May, we started the show here.
Yep.
And here's a quote, okay, from Andrew Ganato, a legal economist, who spoke to The Athletic yesterday. Quote, Mark Walter right now is making huge transactions at speeds that are incredibly dramatic. And this is a man who owes the federal government some answers on where some money has gone, right? To say the least.
Mm-hmm.
And some of that money, some of that bill is coming up due here pretty soon, by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
About $7 billion worth. So this notion about the Dodgers not being on the sale or for sale, I think is fantasy land. You know what I mean? Like, there. If you believed what Stan Kasten said about this is a Laker problem, not a Dodger problem, and maybe you did at the time.
Maybe he did. Maybe Stan Kasten did at the time.
Yeah, perhaps he might have as well. But what I'll say is, as more information has become readily available about Mark Walter's situation, this thing is really starting to get to a boiling point. And I'll say this. I know no one's going to want to hear this.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for Dodger fans because this isn't the first time they've been through a strange ownership situation. Now, this one started off incredibly, unlike previous ones that are still involved in some way tangentially with parking lots. But it has been a strange go for Dodger fans if you really go back like the last 20 years from an ownership perspective. And, you know, this has affected the Lakers. It's affected the entire, LA ecosystem when it comes to sports.
Well, you say you feel bad for Dodger fans. I would say to you, don't feel so bad for Dodger fans. I mean, they've won 3 World Series in the last however many years.
I get that part of it, but it's like, again, with another weird ownership situation.
Right, but how impactful will the ownership situation be on the future of the on-the-field product?
It depends on who the next owner will be.
Right, but
that's what we've learned over time.
Yeah, but I would just say that if you have Dave Roberts in place, and which is not a guarantee given an ownership change, although I don't really see Dave wanting to go anywhere else.
Andrew Friedman.
Andrew Friedman is the stability, so I don't see why a new owner wouldn't do everything he could possibly or she could possibly do to keep Andrew Friedman around.
Correct.
There is the Ohtani part of it all, which is Ohtani is connected to Friedman.
But he
and
is
to Walter.
allegedly, according to reports, okay with it not being tied to him per se.
So again, if you've got Andrew Friedman, if you've got Dave Roberts, if you've got Ohtani, now look, I know Freddie Freeman is getting a bit older. Mookie Betts is as well. Obviously, some of these moves have not yet worked out, be it a Kyle Tucker and Edwin Diaz. But you've also got a Blake Snell, and we don't know the long-term future of Skubal here with the Dodgers. But I would say this, George, nobody is going to cry for the Dodgers. In fact, everybody around baseball will celebrate the Dodger demise if Mark Walter goes down. But I got to say, it is so bizarre because we all down here, the little guy on the street, we look at these team owners and we think they are multi-gazillionaires and they're liquid with cash and they got private jets and mansions around the world and country club memberships and everything else, when in actuality what we don't realize is there's so much money at stake, and when you've got multiple businesses and you buy a team like the Lakers, if one business is hurting somewhere else, that could actually impact, in this case, the Lakers. But if you owe money over here and you own an asset, in this case, the Dodgers over here, how do I get the money that I owe? Well, I've got this asset. Well, what do I do with it? Do I refinance it? Do I take on investors? Do I sell it and get out? Mark Walter, for a guy that most of us did not know a whole lot about a couple weeks ago, man, we are looking up his you-know-what. And I don't mean you and me. I mean the media, the national media, the sports media, the financial media. People want to know, how is it that this guy could buy the Dodgers, be so successful, buy the Lakers, and now have his world crumbling around him?
It's wild. I mean, it is. Look, there have been a lot of advancements in storytelling in sports, whether it in written piece, audio podcast, or films, right? I can't wait for someone to do the recap of all of this because I feel like there's just so many moving parts here that in real time, and honestly, so many things that go way above most people's heads, including ours, that I think that at some point we're going to need like an actual breakdown of how all this kind of went down and the backstory and then how it unfolds. You know, I honestly am just curious to see how that gets put together, because in a way that is digestible, because it really is hard for it to be digestible at the current moment, except on a very basic level that, you know, the math doesn't math.
Yeah.
He's in trouble with the federal government because of some money that was claimed to be one amount and then ended up being nearly 20 times that amount, and it was intermingled between different parts of his own organization, and that's against the rules, let's just say. That's illegal.
Because I was just talking to a friend of mine, George, and he works for a Knicks broadcast, New York Knicks broadcast, right? Mm-hmm. And he was telling me that so many of the people that he worked with had recently gotten fired in a complete downsizing of their organization. And I said, man, that's pretty crazy. You know, you're just coming off of, you know, winning the NBA championship, and now all the people that were the on-air television people and the TV talent, everybody's been kind of wiped out. Like, how the heck did that happen? And this young man was telling me, and this was his interpretation, I don't know all the facts here, but his thought was, well, Dolan, who owns the Knicks and Madison Square Garden, there was so much debt related to the Sphere that, you know, you're moving money around and you're moving debt around. And so all of a sudden you move some of this debt over here, and now this company can't possibly survive by having all of these people employed. And this is what happens when you hear, you know, when billionaires are moving money from company to company to company. Little guys who do the work down here at the street level sometimes get whacked as a result. But we all just make this assumption you're a multi-billionaire, so you don't have any financial problems. And how's it go? Mo money, mo problems, right? I know that sounds cliche, and it is, but it's true. Because if you're Mark Walter and you've got all these different businesses, and they're all multi-billion-dollar businesses, and you got to move money from one to the other, unloading the Lakers seems completely obvious. Now, remember the first day a week ago when we were trying to figure this out? Like, why would he sell? Why would he do this? Who does a transaction like this in under a year? And, you're putting 2 and 2 together, but you're not really sure. And in a week since, the reporting intimates very clearly he's got massive financial problems, and unloading the Lakers was a necessary evil. Which, by the way, then advances the story, George, which becomes Jeannie Buss and her, family.
I think you may have given out information that was not public yet. I believe.
What I do? I don't even know it. Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that, and it's not anywhere.
Oh, well, I'm just telling you what a friend of mine who works for them told me.
Yeah, you probably should not want to.
Well, but you know
say
how
that too many times.
But you know how you say to me, "This is not for air," and then I have to respect that.
Yeah.
This guy never said to me, "This is not for air," so respect that. So, listen.
I just don't want you to get somebody in trouble.
Well, but how about what if it's not actually accurate? I'm just telling you what somebody told me.
Yeah.
So and my only point is that billionaires are moving money around, and things get affected. Listen, you don't think that people with the Lakers have been impacted by the sale of the Lakers? Of course, they laid off, according to the report, 70 people. And those 70 people had those jobs. And now they're looking at the situation going, wait a second, you guys let me go because of this new ownership. And now the new ownership has changed hands yet again. And now there's an even bigger mess. So my only point is that billionaires move money and little guys get impacted. And the whole story now of Mark Walter selling the Lakers, and now the Buss family, 5 of the 6 siblings saying, well, we're all out. Screw it. We're done. We're out. And Jeannie wanting to fight all of her siblings because Jeannie's mistake was she never could have seen what was going to happen with Mark Walter. Could never, right? I mean, don't you think?
No chance.
You could never have seen that Mark Walter was going to buy the team, keep you in place as the governor, keep you and your family's 18% intact, and we're going to go on and we're going to live happily ever after. Jeannie's biggest mistake was this. If your life and your identity is the Los Angeles Lakers, then you don't sell the team. You generate cash by selling a piece of the team, but you don't sell the majority of the team if it's everything that you're all about. And because she sold the team to Mark Walter, and because Mark is now dealing with all of these federal, investigations, and because Mark is now selling the team, the new owners don't want her, don't need her. Don't need her to be the governor, don't need her to run the organization, don't need her to be fan-facing, front-facing. It's been a great run for you and your family. Get out. And that doesn't work well for her because this is her life. But if this was the most important thing to you, keeping the Lakers and the Buss family, girlfriend, you shouldn't have sold the team. And now it's become an even bigger mess. Why would you sell the team if it's the most important thing to you in your life? Oh, because I know the guy who's buying the team, and he's going to let me stay in control, and he's going to let me do this over the course of the 5 years, and 5 years from now, when I'm whatever it is, 65 years old, then I'll finally be ready to retire. But she could never have seen in a million years that Mark Walter was going to get in trouble, need to get out, and that her family was going to use this tag-along thing to screw her over. And I say screw her over because they all want their chance to get back at her for what she did to all of them. What a story, man. What a story. Big money, pro sports, famous people, federal investigations. I love stories like these. I always say at the end, the only thing left over, the only thing we still need to make this even that much more juicy, somebody give me a sex scandal to go with all of it. Somebody sleep with somebody and make that the final story in the entire play. Because, man, this thing is juicy. That's all. Mark Walter, you have provided some tremendous entertainment. And unfortunately, I say it like that, not to be a jerk, but that's what it is. The entertainment business, pal. What you got yourself into. And George, I am like, if you ask me to bet right now, I'm like 95% betting that the Dodgers will have to change hands.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know if I'd go that high, but I'm in the I'm in the ballpark. Pun intended is what I would say.
Understood.
Do we have a Lindsay segment today?
We do, and I think you're going to be pretty happy with this because that brother Kasim is in the house.
Okay. Brother Kasim did a great job the last time.
So you know what I said to that brother Kasim?
Yeah.
I said, we don't have Lindsay to do the Lindsay segment. We don't have Bergie to do the Lindsay segment. But we do have that brother Kasim to do the Bergie-Lindsay segment. And I said, Kasim, you were so brilliant last week with this game that you came up with. Let's go for round 2. What do you say, George? You down?
Let's do it.
I think, George, you did really good last week.
I won barely, yeah.
The Senegalese wrestling.
Right. I was
cricket.
very upset.
Yeah.
I missed cricket.
Yeah.
I should have known that.
Kappy didn't do too hot, though.
I
No, I
got
didn't do too
basketball
well.
and volleyball, right? I think. Yeah.
But yeah, we got a mix of them today, so.
Jorge Briones, you want to play?
The thing is, I saw.
He already knows.
Oh,
yeah.
So
it's
guys
just
can
you and me,
hash it out.
Kappy.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then it'll be me against you. And then Briones has got a couple things he needs to run by us, George.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got to record something for Jacob. We should just do that here, too.
Can do that.
All right, so here's the first one.
라이트에 타카나가 나갔다. 센터가 손오에 가리마시다. 난토 타임. 메자 하트 홈런. 홈캐치. 엔젤 스타디움의 하트 홈런. 스리랑 홈런.
What sport is
What?
that?
What language is that?
That is in Japanese.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I knew it was,
I thought
some
it was
sort-
Korean. I did.
Man. Can you play it one more time?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
By the way, going into the future, I don't think we should be able to ask what language it is. Because if we ask the language and we get the language,
Might
we
give
may
it away,
think
yeah.
about what sport it is. Yeah.
라이트에 타카나가 나갔다. 센터가 손오에 가리마시다. 난토 타임. 메자 하트 홈런. 홈캐치.
I think I got it.
Go ahead. You go take a guess.
All right, my first
Because I
guess
have
is-
an idea. I think I have an idea what I'm going to guess.
I think that is baseball.
I'm going to go with some martial arts or something. Some like judo or some sort of maybe MMA or, maybe even like, what is that? The wrestling they do.
Sumo
with-
wrestling?
It's like sumo wrestling, right? Like something to that effect.
It is baseball.
Wow,
It was
Kappy.
Shohei Ohtani's first ever home run in the
Oh,
MLB.
no way. I didn't know that, but I thought I heard
He
home
said
run
home
in
run
English.
in there, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
thought
in
I heard that.
In the beginning, you could hear the bat.
라이트에 타카나가 나갔다. 센터가 손오에 가리마시다. 난토 타임. 메자 하트 홈런.
Home run.
Oh, there it is right
You
there.
heard
Yeah.
home run right there?
홈캐치.
Yeah.
I did not hear it.
Otani's first home run is an Angel in Major League Baseball?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, okay. All right, so there you go. I got a 1-0 lead on you, George. Here we go.
Okay.
Kasim, what's next?
Here's the second one.
Ballon récupéré par Tiempani. Victor Wembanyama, la petite passe dans le dos pour Stéphane Cassel.
Je m'y attendais pas.
I feel like that one's a little easy.
Yeah.
George,
It's basketball.
See, I was also going to. I hear the squeaking of the floor. That's what makes me think it's basketball.
And he
yeah.
said Wembanyama.
Yeah, that was a
Oh, I
Victor
couldn't hear
Wembanyama.
that. Where did he say
Oh.
Wembanyama? I didn't hear it. I couldn't hear it. That's
Sur
all.
David Vassell, ballon récupéré par Tiempani. Victor Wembanyama, la petite passe dans le
heard it.
dos pour Stéphane
I
Cassel.
mean, it could not have been clearer.
Yeah. No, I didn't hear it the first time.
Come on, Kappy.
That's pretty good. Wait a second here. I heard home run in Japanese. A little bit of love here.
English, man.
All right, there you go. It's 2-1. I have a 2-1 lead.
All right, here's the second one.
Uzaklardan ne gol ama! Ne gol ama! Olacak iş değil. 30'dan çaktı Kappy. İnanılmaz bir gol.
All right, I think for me, George, just based on first listen, 5 seconds, I think it's soccer.
I do too.
Kasim, what sport?
It is soccer, yes. It is announced in Turkish.
In
Well, you said
Turkish.
goal. I know it could have been another sport. Other sports have goals. But.
Negulama.
Olacak iş değil. 30'dan çaktı Kappy. İnanılmaz bir gol.
There's a goal right there.
Yeah. All right, so 3-2 is the current score here. Very good, Kasim. Keep it rolling.
Here's the next one.
Sie traut sich und sie hat Matchball. Sie hat Matchball. Hören sich die Zuschauer an hier.
This one's going to be a little tough.
I think I got this.
I do not have that one at all.
Go ahead, Kappy.
I'm gonna ask for a replay. I'm gonna ask for an instant replay on that one, Kasim, because I need one more swipe here.
Sie traut sich und sie hat Matchball. Sie hat Matchball. Hören sich die Zuschauer an hier.
All right, I don't have it, George, but I'm going to just take a stab here. I'm going to go with like some kind of like a weightlifting, like some kind of a powerlifting competition.
That's a good guess.
Yeah. What do you got, George?
See, I'm going to go with fencing.
Fencing? What did you hear?
I think the umpire in there kind of...
Like the PA almost?
Yeah, the PA kind of...
Yeah, I heard the PA at the end, but I couldn't tell what he was saying.
It's either fencing or tennis.
Okay.
Which one are you going with?
Yeah.
George, fencing or tennis? Which one's it going to be?
We already did fencing, though.
Right, last
But
year.
we also
last
did
week.
soccer and basketball last time, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go fencing.
It was tennis, George. You almost
God
got that.
darn it!
Oh, Georgie boy!
I see. This is like the cricket thing the other day.
What language was that?
Sie traut sich und sie hat
It's German,
Matchball.
I believe.
Sie hat Matchball. Hören sich die Zuschauer an hier.
Nadal. He says Nadal, right?
8 Minuten gespielt.
No,
Serena Williams.
Oh, sorry.
Erster Matchball.
I think if I went back and I listened to that at the beginning again, I think I can hear the natural sound of the tennis. I think at the
Damn
very
it, that's
beginning.
twice I blew something.
Go with your
knew.
initial gut reaction, man.
Yeah.
All right, so it's still 3-2.
Yeah.
Let's give it
Should
two
be
more.
3-3, but I'm an idiot.
Right, let's give it two more. What do you say, Kasim?
Yeah, let's do it.
Prova ad andarsene Capozzo. Capozzo! Capozzo! Capozzo! Capozzo! Capozzo! Padovani! La meta dell'Italia! La meta dell'Italia! 21-20, bisogna realizzarla tra i pali, bisogna realizzarla! Che azione di Capozzo che alla fine dei 3-22 è riuscito a servire Edoardo Padovani.
Oh, man.
It's in Italian,
yeah,
clearly.
Capazza. And then you think it's soccer because everybody thinks it's go. George, you want to take a first guess here?
I took the first guess last time. No?
All right. I can't believe I'm just going to do it. I'm going to say soccer because I don't have a better answer.
It's a good guess. It's a good guess.
George? Capazza.
What else do they play in Italy that they're that passionate about?
That was the name, right? Capazza, wasn't that the name that he used?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who that is.
How about like bocce ball or something?
If you get that excited over bocce ball, that must be one damn entertaining bocce ball game, pal. What do you say, Kasim?
It was rugby.
Rugby.
Yes.
So you see, I was off the board, but it was yeah. I mean,
Arsene Capozzo, Capozzo, Capozzo, Capozzo, Capozzo, Capozzo! Padovani!
There was also not that much like Matt sound in this call too.
Right,
so.
but I was.
La meta dell'Italia!
I mean, you can hear he was saying Italia, but I didn't know what sport would have a person dribbling or carrying a ball that far that you would say his name over and over again.
Well, he's carrying the ball, and then at the last second, he hands it off to a different guy because he's
Right.
about to get hit.
And
that's
then
when the guy
he
gets
scores.
overexcited.
Yeah, and then he says, Italia.
Yeah.
All right. One more time.
You want to listen to that one
New
again?
one.
Or
No, give
next
us one more. Give us
All
one
right,
more. It's
last
3-2.
one.
I got the lead.
I would listen to the Nat sound in this one.
Okay.
So this one gives a hit.
Let's hear it.
Tony Braxton.
Ooh.
That sound. I thought I heard them saying Tony Braxton.
I did too. I thought he said Tony Braxton.
That's what I heard. Tony Braxton.
Let's play it one more time, I guess.
Oh, I think I have it.
Go.
Okay, Kasim, you ready for this? This is going to put me over the top. I'm going to win this game. You ready?
Let's hear it.
Figure skating.
Final answer?
It's my final answer, but let's
wait,
hear what
hold
George
on.
says.
I'm going to go gymnastics.
Ooh. It was figure skating, Kappy.
See, I only did that because I figured you were right, but I figured if there was going to be another one that was comparable that would have a similar reaction, it would be gymnastics.
So right now, what? It's tied up?
No, it's 4-2.
No,
I'm
Kappy
a
won.
No, Kappy, you won this one,
Yeah,
but
I am
George
a
won
winner.
last week. So
Yep.
it's a close race.
Wow.
Look at that. That brother Kasim.
Mm-hmm.
That brother Kasim.
Great job, Kasim.
I'm still
Great
trying to
job,
find
Kasim.
one with like broken English, but it's hard to find.
No, I think the best thing would be like in a British broadcaster or like an Irish broadcaster where they're speaking English, but George and I have no idea what sport they're talking about.
I've been trying to find it, but it's tough. But once I get it, we'll see which one of you guys get it.
Very, very good. Hey, George, what do you think about this young brother Kasim right here?
I love this young brother Kasim.
He is good. He is good. Good job, Kasim. Nice work out of you, man. Really, really great. All right, George. Jorge Briones is here in studio with me today. And Jorge is a dad. He mentioned that his daughter is 8 years old today. Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Maite.
Yeah, Maite.
So, Briones, what can two experienced fathers like me and Sedano do to give you a hand?
Okay, so earlier I brought up this extra credit question. Kind of, it's called stretch your thinking, right? So they give them this extra question on their math homework, and the question said something about Alan owns like 2,000 stickers plus 300 plus 7 plus 5 equaling 2,375 stickers, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 2,300 stickers. And that was the following question. How do you explain that 2,300 is the same thing as 2,300? So I called Carlo, which Carlo is, very smart in math. Math is one of his strong subjects. So I call him and I asked him a question. How do you explain that 2,300 is similar to 2,300 in mathematical terms? And my man Carlo couldn't explain it to me either. So can you guys help me solve this question by telling me, how do you explain that 2,300 is similar to 2,300? How do you explain that mathematically?
George, your young kid says, Dad, can you explain the difference between 2,300 versus 2,300? How could you possibly explain that?
For extra credit.
For extra credit.
I couldn't. I mean, to be honest with you, to me, it's the same thing.
So I was thinking to myself, okay, 2,300, right? There are 23 100s in 2,300. Okay, that seems
that makes
reasonable,
sense.
right? I mean, if you had $100 and you put 23 $100 bills on the table, you would have $2,300. But what's the difference between 2,300 and 2,300? This may be a technicality,
right?
But does the comma come into play?
That's the way I explained to her. I'm like, it has to. The comma has something to do with it. In my understanding of this, because the 2,300 doesn't have the comma, but the 2,300 does. So I that was the way I explained it to her. I don't know if I did right by that, but I hope she gets the extra credit.
So wait, what was her final answer?
She said that. Well, I'm gonna go with your answer, Dad. I believe it's because of the comma. That's what makes it different.
So if somebody put a number in front of me on paper and it said 2,300, and then the next one said 2300. With the comma, I would say that's 2,300.
Okay.
But without the comma, I would say that's 2,300.
So that was my concept. That was my reasoning.
George, can you're wearing glasses, you're looking smart, you're looking cute today. Can you come up with anything
I have zero.
better?
This is not my thing. Like, not for me, dude. Like, I am not this person that can explain this away very easily.
Me neither. When my kids used to come home with math homework, I'd be like this on my hands, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And the kids would be like, what are you doing?
Right.
I'm like, well, I'm trying to figure out this problem. And they're like, well, that's not how we do it. I'm like, well, then there's nothing I can do to help you.
Right. It's kind of the same way
Right.
for me.
And then I would say to my now ex-wife, can you call the tutor? Because clearly the tutor knows how to explain this thing to the kids. I don't know how to explain it.
I'm better at, like, obviously the vocal stuff, history. I was more of a history buff. I was good at, like, geography. Like, Mateo was asking me, like, capitals of states and countries yesterday, and I answered most of them, off the top of my head. There were a few I had to look up because I didn't remember. But, like, those kind of things, I'm good. Math. Like, to me, math, I was great when it was arithmetic, okay? You asked me to, add something up or subtract something, divide something, multiply something. I can do that pretty much off the top of my head. But when you're asking me, like, when math started to get letters in it, I was like, nah, I'm out.
Yep, same here.
And this is kind of in that vein of, like, you're having to kind of, like, do a deep dive on stuff that just that's not how my brain works.
Yeah, I could not do anything in math in high school at all. I've probably told you guys the story, but I had an algebra teacher in 9th grade. His name was Mr. Estes. And, of course, we were in 9th grade, and we were like 14, 15 years old. So what did we call him? Called him Mr. Testes, right? Yeah. And then one day Mr. Testes walked in, and he looked like that. You guys remember that cartoon, the Smurfs? You guys remember that cartoon?
Yeah.
They had a character like the bad guy on the Smurfs. Was like
Gargamel.
Gargamel. Yeah. Mr. Testes looked exactly like Gargamel, right? So one day he walks in, and he's got on a pair of, like, tan slacks, and he clearly had just gone to the bathroom, and there's a wet spot in his crotch. You know what I'm saying? And, like, rather than me listening to A plus B equals C, I was focused exclusively on his crotch, because of this wet spot. So now I have, like, a whole thing about making sure that I never have that wet spot, So I never learned or heard a thing he said because I was just focused on that. And once that happened, I was done for the semester. So I can't help you with math, Jorge. Please excuse me.
How about you help me with this other one that I told you earlier?
All right, let me hear about this.
So I'm at the grocery store, and I get the strawberries and the blueberries, and I stack them, and then I put them in my cart. As I turn my cart, the blueberries slip out from the top of the strawberries. The box opened of blueberries. There's a mess under my cart. They all fell through the cart. Now there's a worker nearby, and I'm blushing because it's embarrassing. I just spilled a bunch of blueberries. Now my question was, do I pay for that box of blueberries, or I obviously took a different one, but did I have
No,
to
that's
pay?
an accident.
Okay.
I think that's part of the deal. Like that, I don't think you have to pay for that box of blueberries. Now, if you're, like, eating the blueberries in your cart, then you got to pay for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, because the guy was like, "Oh, this happens all the time. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, that's an accident.
Yeah. So then I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I went around. I went around to the poultry section. There's a trash can there, and I took that empty box and dumped it in there and just paid for the new one.
Yeah, I think that let me ask you this question.
And I put the cart back in the cart section when I took it back to the parking lot. Kappy, by the way.
That's
that's
very lovely
big.
of you, because you don't want the cart narcs all over you. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Those guys are badasses. If you were at like a restaurant, like a kind of place where you have to carry your own food from, let's say, the counter to, like, a table, and you fall or you drop the food all over the floor, do you think that the restaurant should say, like, "Oh gosh, that's so sorry. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry that happened. We'll replace the meal"? Or do you think it's like, "No, you already bought it, you paid for it, you dropped it. Screw you"? What do you think?
I've been places where they've replaced it for me.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a nice thing to do.
Nice. Yeah.
So when you drop these blueberries all over the floor, like, for me, I'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Can we get the cleaning crew? I'll do the mopping. I will clean it up myself because I'm the one who made the mess."
Mm-hmm.
Usually they're like, "No, get out of the way, pal." But what happened with you? Like, did you smash the blueberries?
I'm stepping on them. I'm, rolling on with the cart. My kids are trying to step on them and pick them up as well. But the manager's just like, "Hey, man, don't worry about it. Your kids, you and your kids, just keep going. It happens all the time. We'll take care of it."
So did you take the blueberries to the front to pay for them? Like, "Oh, I know there's only half the blueberries that are in here, but that's because
I told you I went around to the poultry section.
Yeah.
There's a trash can there. I dumped it there, and then I just paid for the new one.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But again, I felt bad, man, because I'm
I
like,
know.
dude, I spilled it, and it's...
I know, and you feel guilty because half the blueberries are on the floor, and the other half of the blueberries you just threw in the garbage.
I did.
Yeah.
Cap, I got another one for you. If I go to a hotel that I didn't pay for and I use their facility, should I feel responsible for not doing that?
No, you should feel good about that. You should feel great about that. Hey, listen, I'll tell you right now, I'm kind of sore today. I had that kind of a good workout. I mean, I put an hour into that gym at the Biltmore yesterday. I don't feel guilty, not in the slightest bit. But I do sometimes feel guilty, like what Jorge's saying. You know what I mean? Like you drop something. Or how about this? You ready? You decide something in the grocery store. You put it in your cart, right? You're walking around the rest of the grocery store. You find another product that you're like, you know what? I got this, but I think I want this. But you're not in the same section. So you don't go put it back in the exact place where you grabbed it from. You just put it up on the shelf.
Oh, so if I get peanut butter, but I put it in the refrigerator with the milk? Oh, dude,
oh well.
No,
that's not cool. It's not cool, but sometimes I do that.
You're a bad guy.
Am I a bad guy?
Yeah, you take the bread and leave it in the cereal section?
Well, I don't mean to do it. But sometimes it's like, oh, I got to walk all the way back to the bread section and put this Wonder Bread back where I got it. I don't do that.
So you hide it behind the Cheerios?
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, people they work in the store.
They got to restock, no? Reshelf?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. George, is that a bad thing to do?
I mean, it's not great.
But it's not a horrible thing to do.
No, there are worse things,
right.
Clearly.
I mean, put it this way. I think not putting your cart back is worse than
I agree. You got to always put your cart back.
Right. If you take bread out of your cart at the grocery store and you put it back on a shelf, but it's not even close to the bread shelf, okay, fine. You're leaving it behind. And yes, you didn't put it back where you found it. You're kind of a jerk. But not putting your cart back, bigger jerk.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You want to record this Imrani?
Yeah, go ahead and record the Imrani.
Stand by. Let me find it. Here we go. This is easy. It's a quickie. 3-2. Hey, LA, winning isn't just for Sundays. After an accident, trust Jacob and Ronnie and call Jacob.com, the Los Angeles Rams' chosen legal partner. Don't settle small. Call 800-345-6789 or visit calljacob.com.
All right.
That's it.
Some people are telling me in the YouTube chat that the best thing to do is to, if you don't want the product, is just take it to the counter, like when you're checking out of the store, and give it to the person at the counter.
Yeah,
I've decided I'm not taking this bread.
Yeah, they have a basket under somewhere around there. At least where I go, they have a basket. They're like, oh, we'll take it. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, you can do that, too, instead of hiding it behind the Cheerios. Okay. Come on, man.
Just looking at our YouTube chat.
You know how many blueberries I dropped?
How many?
2,300.
Oh, really?
There you go.
I thought you dropped 2,300.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure at all. Oh, wow. Well, George, I guess that's going to do it for us here today.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Jorge, you feel good? You feel good? You can go on with your day? Good show?
Yeah,
Not bad?
yeah,
Not bad?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and listen, we survived without Chris.
He told me we could not survive without him. In fact, he told me Mason and Ireland can't survive without him.
Yeah.
DeMarco and Travis can't survive without him. You and I certainly can. He's got to carry us day by day. We did it. We actually made it without him.
All right, Kappy, we'll see you when I see you. All right, you'll keep singing. I'm out of here. See ya.